KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Do they not have enough of us recorded already? They could just do this in AI.
And Alex Keary.
We're not even real. This entire show is just a hologram.
This is KSL Brightside, the after party. But it's before. With Ethan and Alex on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back to KSL Brightside. And Alex, welcome back to you. We did it.
Hey,
the
we
gang's
did.
all here.
Yeah, listen, Caitlin's back too.
Yeah, we got Caitlin back. So
when I went on vacation, I completely forgot about you guys because I was telling Caitlin, like, you're supposed to now, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to forget everything.
Yeah.
And everybody and disconnect.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad.
I did. And but then I realized too, when I was like getting back, I was like, oh man, that was a long week for Ethan because Caitlin wasn't here. I wasn't here, and that's not to say anything about how amazing the people were who were filling in on both of those roles.
I had very good co-hosts.
So
yeah,
I appreciate them filling in because they allow us to be able to go on vacation from time to time. So, and again, we're gonna have to figure it out, over time. So I do have an official presentation to make.
Yeah, I want to hear.
Here we go. So we did it.
All right.
Ethan, it's the classic. Let me see if we can.
Chocolate-covered macadamias.
It's a chocolate-covered macadamia, or as one of my kids said, "Where's macadamia?" Macadamia. And I go, I don't think it's a country, but if it were, it would be like in a Disney movie. It'd be Anne Hathaway is the princess of macadamia, and we have to figure out how she's going to be able to find that prince she always desired. So here we are, and I told Ethan, man. By the way, these were really hard to find. They're not. They're in stacks. Now, Caitlin,
were these the
these are the classics.
Were these the airport special?
It wasn't at the airport, but it was at the hotel.
Yeah.
And I was like, might as well have gotten them at the.
Oh, these have caramel in them.
Yeah. The Caramax. You don't want to just do the Max. You want to do the.
I love them all.
You do the Caramax. Yeah. And so this is Caitlin's first. She already opened hers, and did you eat most of them, or is it?
I just tried one.
Okay.
I had never. Really
What were your
tried
thoughts?
them.
What were your thoughts on the
Tasty.
Caramac? Yeah.
Tasty.
Oh, so this box is for me?
Yes, of course.
That's why I asked the same question. I was like, "Is this a show
No, Ruby,
sharing?"
You're out. Don't. It's too loud. You can have some of the Caramax later. Although I was telling you, I go, you can get. I guarantee that Costco, the ones that are 4 pounds of it in the little purple screw top, is probably the exact same price. Like from a.
Yeah.
There are 10 in here. I will eat 10 before I even wake up in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Out of one of those Costco things.
Easily.
But the Costco ones, I'm interested to find out because I want to see, because you know how Costco is and Kirkland is. They'll make it full on. The people who make these will probably be the ones who make the Kirkland ones.
Yeah.
And they're just as good. So anyway, that was all we brought back for you.
This is all I wanted. And before you left, I remember you said that these were a cliche.
They're cliche.
Souvenir. But honestly, what could you have brought back that would be better than chocolate-covered macadamia?
Yeah. Now, I actually can't think of it.
You could have brought me like a surfboard keychain, but I wouldn't
it would
used
not have been as fun. Yeah. Well, I've got a couple of stories. And I know travelogues are not good for radio.
I already updated everyone on the trouble you had with your flight. Everyone heard about your flight.
Yeah, and we actually got delayed on the way home too again.
Oh,
I also, my flight got delayed 2 hours
Caitlin's
on Friday too.
Caitlin's like, there's a conspiracy.
Who'd you fly with?
I was with Alaska.
Yeah.
But it was a mechanical issue apparently.
See, now
I was like, of course this would happen to me.
No, that
too.
one I told her, I go, if it's mechanical, if it's weather, then they kind of go, no, I don't know what to tell you, it was weather. And they don't give you anything. But I think mechanical stuff is when you get hooked up. On some of the, so I just see if they'll get you some miles or something, because we ran down some miles, so we got delayed by those 4 hours, and they immediately Delta reimbursed some mileage on all of the kids and our accounts, and so we got some miles back before the trip was even over. We're still battling them about getting rerouted to JFK on a direct flight. No, not from Hawaii. On a direct flight from Europe, we were redirected to JFK instead of the nonstop, which changes.
It's not the same.
Trip quite a bit.
It's not the same.
And so we're still trying to run down that whole thing. But I ruined my vacation in the first 12 hours of being in Hawaii.
Oh, what'd you do?
Yeah. I and my wife, bless her heart, she tries so hard to make sure that I wouldn't freak out about something like this and go, it's fine. I, for the first time in my life, hit something with the rental car.
Oh, oh no.
Yeah. So I ripped
What happened?
I hit one of those side, the roads are very narrow.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going, and it wasn't a eyes are not on the road situation. It was, I was just still not familiar with this car yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of car was it?
It was a Nissan. Am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
Nissan.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't sell those here. Obviously,
No,
I'm not familiar with them. It was a Nissan Altima or whatever they give you.
They do cars and ramen noodles.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I got the rearview mirror just like boop, boop, boop. It hit the little white, the
reflectors.
Yeah, but they're like the rubberized white little pole.
Yeah.
To indicate, because what it was doing was, hey, this is a turn lane, and the turn lane, the way they separated it was they put those white posts in kind of inexplicably, and I hit. It was close enough traffic, and it was at night, and the road was narrow, and it just went boop boop, and it hit the first two, and it broke the rear view.
Jeez.
So
like completely off, or just cracked it?
It cracked it, and but it's good as all the way dead in my mind. And my wife has been trying to shield me from like the emails and stuff that we're getting from Budget. But like it did it ruined it.
Did it?
It didn't ruin.
You thought about it.
I thought about it too much. Yeah. I thought about it too much. Like, and the reality was, and I basically, in my tone, when they ask you, do you want to buy the insurance? In my tone, I flipped the lady off. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
In my tone, I'm like, nah. Well, who's your insurance? And I go, USAA. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, okay, that's great. It's fine. And here's the thing. You have to make the decision. Is this good enough for me to elevate it to USAA, to call USAA and go, can I get use my one accident forgiveness thing, that I've earned over the last 5 years?
Is there, but don't you have coverage though through like your credit card?
It's covered through my insurance. Just goes whatever. USAA is great because they're like, you're driving anything.
I know that, but a lot of times, especially if you have a travel oriented credit card, which I think you guys do.
Yeah, I think we booked it through Costco travel.
Oh.
So reality is that that was my souvenir. Well, that was what I told myself. I go, well, there's my souvenir. And I gave myself, and I sat out a few dinners
because I got Maui Caramax,
same price,
and you got
same price as a side mirror on a Nissan Altima SE.
Ah, geez, right? I feel bad.
No, it was. I didn't ruin it, but you know how every once in a while you'll tell my brain. I think we operate somewhat similarly in the fact that you go, and my wife, like I said, is good about. I mean, she's just she's really good at budgeting. She's really good at the money thing, but she's also good about being like, don't freaking worry about it. It's fine. Yeah. And she means it. She'll go, don't let it ruin your trip. And then I'm like this, okay. and then at night I'm in the hotel in the bed and I'm going, you son of a gun. So then there's this I wanted to bring up. Okay.
Okay.
So I ruined the trip with that. All right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So first 12 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Not great. From a feeling standpoint. Now we still did all the things, and my kids enjoyed themselves. At least some people did.
Yeah,
they had a great vacation. But we're at a resort, and it was interesting because you couldn't say. They said straight up, like you go into the hotel and they go, no saving seats. By the way, anywhere in this resort, no saving the pool chairs. Don't do it. We have a strict thing where we do it, and we come around and we'll take your stuff if you're not there.
Yeah.
They give you like a 45-minute or an hour lead, and then if you're not there, they rip that stuff out. Your stuff's going to be at the front desk or at the poolside, whatever. The big resort. This is a big, Marriott, whatever, and they've got multiple pools and whatever. But I go out there, and all the things that say don't save any seats, don't save any chairs, don't save any chairs. That's like the first thing we see when we show up, and we got there late, obviously, because we got in late and delayed. And so that's all I know. And the next morning, we're all screwed up time-wise, right?
Yeah.
Screwed up time-wise, get there, and I wake up in the morning, and it's 5:45 or 6, because it's 9 in our time, or 8:45 or 9. And I look out the thing, and I look down, and every seat is saved.
With someone's bag.
With all of it. And I went, what's going on here? So...
See, that's what would have ruined my trip. That right there.
So here's Now we've got to let me transition. Can we make a transition to the next thing?
Yeah.
Because this was so to just bring it back up. We're there at the resort. You cannot save chairs. When I wake up the next morning, the chairs are all saved. Now the difference and we're rookies, all right? Because I don't own a timeshare at this place. So almost all these are timeshares.
Yeah.
But we rented the timeshare, which, by the way, I feel like I won because you own the timeshare. You're the one paying for the monthly fees and all the stuff. I just get to come in and rent the thing for the week, and then I don't get the hassle of owning a timeshare. Yeah. These other people are there, and it was full on it was a class war of people who were like, you don't know how this works, do you? You guys must have just gotten in last night.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a couple of those, right?
Because did you bring it up? You brought it up with people?
Well, no, because you're walking by, and I asked the lady because we didn't have any towels. Everybody had their towels out, and they're laying them out. I said, where'd you get these towels? She goes, you don't have your towels yet? And I was like, no. She goes, you must have gotten in last night. And I'm like, this attitude, you and the rental car lady, like, are both getting the tone.
And this was
from
a guest?
This is a lady who's been here. Is this your first time here? Like, and I'm already like, ugh. And so, I go, so how's it work? Because I know everybody's not really supposed to save chairs. And she goes, well, we don't. Somebody has to be here. So I got some satisfaction later in thinking to myself, oh, this lady ruins her vacation every time she comes.
Yeah.
Her and her grandkids are there. You have to babysit the things the entire time. She babysits their stuff from 5:45 a.m. until 7 p.m. at night.
And that's her vacation.
That's what she does.
Oh.
And they sit there at it because if someone's not there, then they take it.
So this right here, this would have. So do you think the hotel really was going around patrolling it correctly?
We had a tag on our stuff one time. When I was in the pool with the kids, I walked back over to our stuff that was from here to the bathroom outside, which is 60 feet, 50 feet away. We had a little clipped-on tag that said, hey, we noticed you weren't attending your stuff. It'll be pulled in 45 minutes if you don't come back and sit with it.
Yeah.
And so, and I get it. And the whole reason is because they want to make sure that they have these million chairs out and that people are using them versus just having them stuff all there. And so I went over there and I took the tag. The guy came back around and goes, oh, thanks. And I go, oh, sorry. We were just in the pool. He's like, yeah. He's like, it's the number one thing. At this resort, we have to babysit this thing all the time. Yeah. The chairs are the biggest thing. And they all had their little clips on the towels and their rubber bands around the towels. And it was, these are not my people. The ones that are the professional vacationers. Well, Craig and I spend 14 days a year here. So, and I'm like, that's great. That's awesome. And then by the end of the week, I was just glad I never got up and I never saved a chair and I was never going to because there's always an open chair. You can always find it. Yeah. It just won't be under the nice shaded areas, which are taken all day, every day by the same people who wake up at 5:45. And are not saving chairs. They're not saving chairs, by the way. Yeah. They're not saving chairs.
So this is where, all right. So this is what would have, people saving chairs when they're not supposed to, that's what would have ruined my vacation. I probably could have gotten past wrecking the rental car.
Wrecking. That's how I feel. I deserve that.
I would not have gotten past that. That would have wrecked it. And then by the end of the week, Emily would have been mad at me.
She'd be like, what was the problem?
We're in this beautiful place and all you would talk about was those stupid chairs.
The saving of the seats and the non-saving of the seats. So in the end, there you go. But I came back to Utah and I don't know if you noticed. I don't know. Are we talking about the governor's thing right now? Is that what we're going to do?
Sure. Let's just end. We'll transition here.
Okay. Well, that's up. I mean, I was just I don't want to go overboard with it, but I got back hoping that we were going to see some sort of a.
Can I ask follow-up questions about your trip?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
So how close were you to the beach?
Oh, right on it. Yeah. The resort's right on it.
The resort's right on it.
So yeah, the kids, we did the the snorkel rentals, and the snorkeling was top notch for my kids because you go straight out in front of the resort. Coral everywhere, fish everywhere, turtles everywhere. Yeah, and they're all out, and even me, who was like, I'll get out there and kick around with you guys a little bit. It's not like you need to do anything special. You just go out, you put goggles on, and you float around for 20 or 30 minutes. My kids did it every day for hours.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
and then we also didn't get burned, which is good. But it was right there in front.
How'd you not get burned?
Because we slathered all of the kids with all of the stuff.
All the sunscreen? Because you got to use the special sunscreen now in Hawaii.
Yes, it's all. Is it mineral free or full of minerals?
It's something
chock full of minerals.
There's something that they don't. That's why
I'm just saying words. I don't actually. I think that's.
You said zinc. You just yell zinc, or I think it's zinc, or I think it's titanium oxide.
It's sun. It's no sun. That's what the sunscreen does.
No, so we had previously. If you buy the Blue Lizard, you're good. You know what I mean? And Blue Lizard is like your skin is pasty white all day with that stuff.
So years and years ago, before my daughter was even born, we went on a beach vacation with some family. We were in Florida, and I ruined that beach vacation. I actually ruined a whole day of it.
You saved all the seats all day.
No, it was our first day. It was our first full day there.
Oh, no.
And I ruined that day with the sunscreen because it was the first time I'd ever used the spray sunscreen.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, oh, man, this is perfect. You spray. It's a little cold when it hits you.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is great because one of the things that's always a pain in the butt is sunscreening your face.
Yeah.
And so I just took that sunscreen and just sprayed my face, which is...
Almost all the spray is out, by the way, too. It's all, if you have anything aerosol, they'll tell you. The guys will get you.
I basically maced myself. And for the rest of the day, I had no peace. I was in pain the rest of the day.
Oh, with your eyes?
Yeah.
See, and I thought you were going to say you burned
no,
badly the first day.
No, I didn't
you
burn.
sprayed yourself in the eyes with your
I spent the whole day periodically going into the ocean.
That's not a good way to wash the eyes out, by the way.
And like opening my eyes and trying to like just in salt water. I was in so much pain the whole day. And this is what got me so upset too, is it was the Gulf. This is the Gulf of Mexico. And that water is so dang warm in the middle of the summer.
Oh, yeah.
It was like...
No, and this was the same way.
It was miserable.
So here's what the weather is like in Hawaii, and this is why it's awesome, is because I came here, it was 106 here one of the days. I made sure to look to make myself feel better.
Yeah.
It was 85 every day, 86. So one day it was 20 degrees different.
Wow.
I did. I had the same thing. So we had, what did we hit? 109 here?
106,
Sunday,
107.
And I was in 70-something degree weather.
See,
and I was like grateful because I don't do well in that type of heat.
Yeah.
So here's what it was.
We broke the record while you were gone.
Yeah. Maui was 75, 85 every day. You wake up at 75, you go to bed at 85. Like that was every day. It's phenomenal. A 10-degree difference, and it was awesome. And I'd never been to Maui before, and it was really cool. And
did you go to Costco?
We did do the Costco trip, and Costco was...
It's right there, kind of by the airport.
Next to the airport.
Yeah.
Costco was 40% more expensive than normal Costco run.
So how was that airport, that Maui airport? Was it all right?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, OGG. That's the airport code for it. It's old school, a little bit older. It definitely it's rinky dink, which means you can have. It's a pretty fast experience. Coming back, we were nervous, and we were going through the agriculture check, Yeah. And I'm not interested in trying to sneak any flowers through, so everything worked out good. Yeah. And I took golf clubs, and I played one time, and so I was really glad that I took those for the one.
What was the? Do you get any great food? Any great food?
So it was 2 kids' birthdays while we were out there. And the 2 kids' birthdays while we were out there, one of the nights, one of the kids suggested, or we just ate at the restaurant there at the hotel. Great food. Fine. It was great. It was fine. I didn't want to go anywhere. So it was perfect when he goes, let's just eat here. And I was like, thank you. I don't want to go drive somewhere. I've already broken the side mirror on the Altima, and so I don't.
That rental car is worthless now.
I know. But okay. By the way, when we go as a family, we have to rent 2 cars, and so my wife's car, obviously, the one she's driving, she didn't hit the side mirror. She's like, "Well, I saw those white things coming. You didn't see them." And I'm like, "It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. My pride is not hurt at all by it." And then the second time, so those Marriotts, they do the grills all around there.
Yeah.
The grills are on site. They're on the place. The gas is just free flowing. And so we did. So at Costco that first night, I bought a bunch of steak and a bunch of sides. And that was actually probably our cheapest meal. Actually, that's not true. The day we got into Costco, we ate there. And then the day we left, we ate at Costco on the way out of town too.
Just hot dogs and.
Yes. And I was just like, we should have come here every day. It would have been worth the 40-minute drive. It would have been worth the 40-minute drive because the cost of all of my kids and I eating at Costco was the same as one thing at the resort.
Did
know
you
what I mean?
run into Woody Harrelson?
No, is he there? Is there where he lives?
Yeah, he lives on Maui.
Oh, wow.
I think he does at least.
We ran into so many people from Utah.
All wearing BYU gear?
All wearing Mammoth gear. It was
Oh,
all
Mammoth.
gear.
Oh, Mammoth.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
at Disneyland, it's BYU gear. Or sometimes you can tell the guy who won't wear BYU gear, so he's wearing 49ers.
He's like, no, this is my nod to
It's so-
Steve Young.
it's so
basically
funny. It's
that
so
I'm,
funny to see guys that you know are from Utah and they're 49ers.
I did have an interaction with a guy. You know me, I don't beat people over the head with the rivalry stuff. I'm never that guy.
No.
But this guy's at the resort and his kid rolls up, and it was their first day when we were a few days in. And so they roll up and they're doing they get their towels for the first time stuff and blah, blah, blah. And he rolls up and the kid's wearing that one kid was wearing this BYU shirt.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, man, go Cougs. And the dad looked at me and he was annoyed. And he goes, well, I'm actually a Ute, so. And then he looked at and I go, oh, I just saw the shirt. And he goes, yeah, that's a tough one for me.
Yeah.
I was like, well, let's be a normal human being about it. And I was this close to going, I know more about your Utes than you know about your Utes, but it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, when he did this whole, he was so annoyed that I asked him, am I that difficult?
Did you tell him that my nephew's kicking for BYU this year?
Do you know who Fuller Shirts is? Oh, you don't?
Is that one's
You're
favorite?
a Utah fan? You don't know who the BYU punter is?
You should.
Oh, I'm ashamed of you.
All right, we're going to pivot here. I want to
right.
come back to some of your vacation stuff because you know me. I love talking travel. I love talking vacations.
and I'm all about it. And we had all the things happen to us. And so
I want to ask you about your seats on your airplane too. And
we'll do that. We'll do that another. Yeah.
But we've had to turn our attention to Pioneer Day.
I was waiting for an announcement when I got back. I thought that you guys would have had this all figured out by the time we left.
No, you got home just in time because Governor Kirk says Governor Kirk.
You're all over the place with the governor's name these days. Hold on. So it was Governor Herbert
Cox.
for a long time. There we go.
Oh, my gosh.
There you go. Governor Cox.
Yeah, there's nothing like calling him Governor Herbert while we're monitoring his press conference.
Do it on the stream. It's fine. No one cares here. It's fine.
All right. Governor Cox says that there's a hybrid ban that's going into place for Pioneer Day. So they're not going to just completely unrestrict fireworks for the 24th. But what they're doing is the city's pre-existing fireworks maps will govern where fireworks can be used. However, if cities still have an elevated fire danger, they can work with the state forester to get additional firework restrictions. For example, a citywide ban. So
are we saying that because we already told our neighborhood that we're doing the party, but no fireworks this year.
I think you might have done that prematurely.
So do you think that we can do some stuff then?
I bet you $5 that as we get closer, you'll find that your neighborhood is legal.
I can fool around with some fireworks and find out.
That's just my guess.
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen what the real thing is. So I'm disappointed because our neighbors did send out a thing and they were like, it's not happening. You know what I mean? Like they just straight up said, hey, it's not, we're not doing this.
Too early. You made the decision too early. You guys are too hasty.
It made my,
you let the governor freak you out.
So should I okay, so here's my question then. Can I, in good faith, send a text to my neighbors and go, hey, it looks like they're going to do it? Because I think he may have donated it to less fortunate firework people. I don't know.
He may have donated his fireworks to the homeless shelter. I bet they love
He just
that.
shows up at DI and goes, here you go. You want a receipt? Abso-freaking-lutely, I do. Jeez.
So the state forester, Jamie Barnes, said recent precipitation has improved conditions in many areas, but not everywhere. This process gives communities flexibility while ensuring we can quickly implement additional restrictions where local fire conditions warrant them. We encourage everyone to check with their city before using fireworks. Don't we have some audio from Governor
before
Cox?
this press release came out, he did kind of preview, I guess, what he's going to be doing. So here's some of what he said. I don't know how helpful it is. I'm going to be honest.
We'll be announcing later today that there will be a hybrid kind of moving into place. What's happened is I said in our last press conference on fireworks that we should pray for the monsoons to come because we desperately need them. The monsoons have mostly come. in many parts of the state, but not everywhere. So the Wasatch Front has not had much moisture at all. We're still as bad or maybe worse than we were on July 4th in some cities. Much better off in others. We have some cities that have received more water than they receive in 2 or 3 months. And so it's safe to have fireworks in those places. So what we will do is that kind of blanket ban will go away. We'll let the mayors and cities determine whether to have bans and where in their cities. And that will be reduced later, or that will be released later today. What I would say though is it's still dangerous. Fireworks are always dangerous. I would still encourage people, even if you can, doesn't mean you should, be extra cautious. Let's be very thoughtful about it. Be prepared for any scenario if you are going to light fireworks, even if you are in a place that has had 1.5 inches of rain over the last week. Still be very prepared, and let's make sure everyone gets home safe on the 24th.
Did he take questions?
No, but
I'm actually not sure. I didn't actually
because
get a
he
chance to
said
watch
he
the
was
whole
going to
thing.
have an announcement later on this.
But
he just made the announcement.
Well, but he just said
Kind of half,
that in
so.
many places fireworks are safe now. He literally said that.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know which of these cities.
I don't.
Is it safe
This
to
is
fly
my
a
take
fire?
on
I think
hearing that
they have
sound.
they have to determine it, right? That's
Yeah,
the whole thing.
and that's the exact same situation we were just in.
Yeah, but
So that's how I don't feel.
But
like
it was weird
anything's
because there was a
changed.
statewide prohibition. Couldn't say ban. There was a statewide prohibition on the first one. And then on top of it, but to let the municipalities kind of ultimately have say in it. I'm wondering it because I want to see what I think municipalities don't have time. It's the 20th today.
Right.
What are they going to do? Are they going to suddenly send a text message out? Hey, everybody, fire off those fireworks. Have a great time.
Oh, you're right. It is just later
It's the
this
20th.
week.
They're not going to do it. And by the way, just as worthless as I think is having them go on sale for 2 days and then banning them was bad for business. I think coming out on the 20th and saying, I think we might be able to maybe have some fun times with fireworks. Maybe if your city allows it, and also be careful, but don't. But also
don't buy them this time. Well, he didn't say don't.
buy it.
He
Yeah,
didn't
you're
say
right.
don't.
Anyway, buy 'em this time.
Anyway, in
He
some
didn't
cities it's safe.
What do the horses have to do with it?
Ask your mayors.
Ask the mayors about
Ask
it.
the mayors.
That'll burn me. Why is that the dumbest character we've ever done on this show?
It's basically Mr. Ed.
The firework,
Governor-
firework mayors.
Governor Mayor.
The firework horses.
Utah.
Why would you do this to me, Utah?
Our tech industry.
This is the dumbest thing we've ever done on the show, and it makes me so happy to do it. All right, so my question still remains: could we do it?
What this press release says, which we'll talk about this more in the full show, but it says Utahns are encouraged to check their city's fireworks maps before using
But
fireworks,
again,
and that. So I think that's.
But they also
what
didn't
it
make.
And I don't know what that means, so I don't know if they'll change.
Yeah, but they also didn't make a. They just okay. They also didn't make an announcement, and so he's going to make this announcement later today, which means cities aren't even going to think about it until tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Which I
Yeah.
don't know if the announcement was this press release we got because we
That-
got this just
okay.
before noon.
The press release we got, and so I'm assuming
Yeah.
that whatever. But did they say when this other press conference is going to be? They just said later
No,
today.
we just got he did this around, I don't know.
Okay, so why
10
did he have
o'clock
this?
hour?
He had the press conference to announce that he was going to have a press conference later. But here's what I'm going to say in the press conference. Here's the press release. Here's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Or this
That's what we
press
got.
release is the announcement, and there's no other. press
Okay,
release.
I don't know. Yeah,
don't
we're
know
going to
either.
announce it later today. So maybe this is it. I want to see what the
Stay
city's going to
tuned.
do with it. But I'm going to honestly, it affects what our 24th party is going to look like in my neighborhood. My kids will be significantly happier if we figure it out.
Text
If
the
you can
mayor.
get the fireworks done. Could you get them? I mean, if let's say
I don't
whatever
know.
happens today gives you clarity.
One guy
and you're
buys them.
like,
One guy buys them, and
so can he get his?
I don't know. He has like his contact that he uses. I
wonder how far out
I think
he
it's
would
the
need.
Sinaloa cartel.
I
I don't know who it is that he uses.
Speaking of traveling, though, can I ask you? Can I bring up something about traveling?
Yeah, sure.
'Cause we got a comment on the stream from
Okay.
SW.
Okay.
SW Sutherlands. I
Sutherlands,
never know
yeah.
how to refer to the YouTube handles, but
Yeah.
she says this: my husband and I traveled last week and had a layover in Salt Lake.
Mm-hmm.
We got Cafe Rio and took it on the plane. We were those people that Alex once complained about in the show.
Hold on a minute. I thought you were the big Cafe Rio complainer guy.
I don't think either of us like it.
I think both of us have said. Okay, well,
I bet though. This is what I bet.
They're listening to the show, so they get a little bit of a pass. But here's the thing: is like for me, it's a 7-hour flight too. It's like a 5.5 coming back to Hawaii.
What'd you think of the food on the flight?
They did not serve meals. No meals.
Even with the delay.
and you could buy the boxes, right?
I guess it is. I guess that's true because it's not it's not an international flight. I think for Delta, the only time they serve food in domestic flights is first class.
But you know what? You go 7 hours. I feel like my kids. We took so much food. I told you my wife. No, I told you we did eat though because I will say this, Delta, because of the 4-hour delay, I need to take some of that back because I'd forgotten about this. Delta gave us like $80 in vouchers to use at the airport.
Okay.
And so my kids did Shake Shack at the airport. And so they ate at the airport and they ate it well before they got onto the plane. But we had so many snacks. You have to show up in the plane with a ton of snacks.
Well, yeah, because would you say it was a 9-hour flight?
7-hour
flight. They don't feed you at all.
It was, and we had a big. So it was. If you've ever made that flight to Hawaii too, rough air on the way out there. Oh dang. A little rough air, but also you're typically headwind on the way there, tailwind on the way back. So it was a long flight.
Where were you sitting? Where were you sitting in the
48F?
Yeah. Were you all together?
Mostly. Yeah. Pretty close.
You have an aisle?
Yeah. I mean, because my kids want windows. They're kids. They want the windows. And so I go, yeah, perfect. But I was telling Caitlin, I did not sleep. It was a red eye. The flight back on Delta every day from Maui is a red eye every day. And it's always the same flight if you're going to do that nonstop. And it's a red eye. I slept 0 seconds.
What time did it land in Salt Lake?
6 a.m. And so we left at 8:40 and we landed at 6 a.m. or 6:20 and I held a 3-year-old the entire flight. I don't
sleep on flights either. In fact, the longest day I think I might have ever had, this was my longest day. It was I was in Bucharest.
Yeah.
And I took an evening flight out of Bucharest. Okay. So I was up all night I was up all day.
Right.
Went to Paris. I had a 12-hour layover in Paris. Took me all night. I was there all night in Paris. Didn't sleep at all. And then got on the flight in the morning, flew all the way to Salt Lake. And I landed at Salt Lake at 2 p.m. and on a weekday. And you know what I did after that?
What'd you do?
I came to KSL and I did my shift with you.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. How'd you sleep that night?
We were on till 10.
But did you just conk out? Like, because I got home and I hadn't slept 1 second, and then we get home and then we have to do the whole unpacking thing. And of course my kid made his driver's test for like the actual written test at 10 a.m. that morning. And I said, that's going to be a struggle for you, dude. But we already signed up for it and we lose $80 if you cancel it. So I'm not doing it. You got to go do it. So I made him study on the airplane, and we get there, and I was in real danger of missing that, of taking him to it, because I fell asleep when I got home.
Yeah.
At 8 o'clock, and 8 to 8:58, I may as well have been on a different planet. I didn't even know where I was when I opened my eyes. And so, and I would say that adjusting the time from Hawaii is as hard as anything else you've ever done. It's a 4-hour difference, but it's about when you go and come back, because the red eye killed us.
Yeah.
And so but you know how, I was telling Caitlin this too, and you know how it is. You're on these long flights and you're just battling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a mental battle. You are telling yourself, and you've got screens in front of you now. You can watch anything you want to, but like, you're looking around and there's sounds, there's smells, there's noises, there's stuff going on. And you're looking around and you just have to be like, okay, I got to get through this.
So have you tried meditation?
Not on planes. No, it's hard to do on planes.
Because I think,
you just have to get some headphones.
You get these headphones.
Okay.
You know, it's actually a great way to pass time on planes. You know what else it helps with? Getting over car crashes.
I didn't get it. Do you consider it a car crash?
Incident.
I feel like you consider it a car crash.
The thing is when you have the 16-year-old driver now and you're like, hey, look, you better stay out of accidents. He's like the one you had in Hawaii. Like, that's all I'm getting now. That's all
You're
I'm
toasted.
getting now.
You're toasted.
I know.
All right. Do we have? I thought we were going to do something in the stream about some kind of
Jimothy.
Jimothy.
Is that in the
it
last
time?
segment or right now?
Well, we've got 5
Oh, it's
minutes
right now.
left, so
Let's
I
do
think that
Jimothy.
it's time for.
I wanted to
Jimothy.
introduce Jimothy to the world because Ethan hadn't seen it,
I
and I want to make
still
sure.
haven't, so this is a new thing.
So this is happening in Seattle. Jimothy went viral in Seattle over the weekend because Jimothy is a creature of myth that has been spotted in Seattle now, and he's taken off. Take a look, Ethan. Do we have any audio to this?
That?
Is there any
I'm
sound?
not sure what the audio is.
Okay. Oh, it's hard to see on
Let
there.
me make it bigger. We'll go bigger.
Okay. Yeah, just go full screen because I want.
It looked like a soccer ball.
I know. But Jimothy is a raccoon.
Stand by, we'll restart. Oh,
And is
actually, I'll
abnormal to say the least. Okay, you see Jimothy right there? Pause it. We got to pause him. Wait, get him full running though, because I want to get it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Looks like a
exactly what he
tick.
looks like.
Okay. Now Jimothy's a raccoon, but Jimothy does not look like a raccoon. Am I wrong?
No, he's obviously got something wrong with
The
him.
chupacabra is what people are referring to him as.
Well, he's
this
not
is-
a chupacabra.
This
So
is
did-
the chupacabra.
Is Jimothy from The Office?
Yeah,
You remember that?
That's when.
Jim-
That's when
Jimothy?
Jim.
Can I call you
James?
Jimothy?
Jimothy. I'm gonna call you Jimothy. Yeah, whatever Michael Scott says to him. But okay, so over the weekend, all these different videos. So yes, he's a raccoon with, and people want to just put him in a box and say, oh, he's got a shortened spine. But I think likely caused by a congenital deformity of the spine. Not interested. I'm more interested in the fact that
He's out there doing it.
he's out there and but not just that, he may or may not be mythical. And Seattle ran with this thing. They had Jimothy parties across the city.
Oh my gosh! It's
I know
a tick.
it's pretty,
He looks like
pretty
a tick.
creepy to watch, right? So if you're watching the stream of it, you've seen the dogs that have like the no neck, that have like the shortened spine thing, and they kind of run around. This is me doing the impression of the dog with the shortened spine. It looks like that.
I had not seen this. This is
So Jimothy
this
became
is completely new for me.
So over the weekend, the amount of Jimothy videos, the amount of Jimothy memes, the amount of Jimothy anything that has shown up over the weekend, Seattle ran with this thing, became like a miniature, it gained massive fame over the weekend, and now people are just trying to figure out, they're trying to get more sightings of Jimothy. Which, of
Jeez.
course, is going to lead to him getting run into the road and then getting run over.
Well, obviously,
And then we
people
can get a proper DNA test.
obviously people are going to be feeding this guy. Obviously, they're feeding him, right?
I think if I would have known about Jimothy, I would have taken the ferry to Seattle
That's what I was
because
gonna
I was
say.
in Washington, but
He
I didn't
looks
go over to
very-
see.
It looks like he's in a pretty urban area. I want to know where exactly it was
Yeah,
because,
these are people's yards, obviously.
I mean,
I like him.
He looks like something you could run into and be like, if you ran into that in an alley and you saw how it ran and stood up and looked around, you would be freaked out for a second.
It's in the Ballard neighborhood.
Okay,
of Seattle.
so this is like
Ballard's a
this
cool
is
little
right,
area.
This is right where my dad grew up. This is right where my dad went to high school. Okay, I've been in this. When I saw these houses, I wondered because this is the kind of area that my that I went to growing up when this is where my grandma
The
lived, in this
vicinity
area.
of Northwest 50th Street.
Yeah, and so you go to 45th Street. That's the Dick's over there in that area of Ballard.
So
That's where you want to eat.
I
at
went
Dick's
to
Drive-In.
Ballard. Ballard has some cool bookshops, and also there was a place that we went, and they sold pie
Yeah,
out of
Scandinavian
a little window.
Lots of Scandinavian bakeries too in that area.
It was a bar, and then they had a little window, and you go up to the window, and they hand out pie. You just pay for slices of pie, and they hand it
It
out.
actually sounds like it violates all of the health codes anywhere.
It's just a little window.
It's just a place. You know what?
Ballard,
And guess who would fit into? Are there Jimothy
I
shirts?
know. There are Jimothy shirts.
Please,
Ballard
please.
is a
Hold on.
shipping and fishing community
Yeah,
for a long,
they have
long time.
they have the locks
The
there.
locks are right there, yeah.
And so our family history, like I was at the locks, a few months ago. We go there. I love going back there, but Jimothy being a part of living in Ballard feels good. I love it. Wait, hold on. There's a Jimothy
I'm
shirt
just showing
right
you
there.
that there's merch.
There's
a lot.
merch?
This one just says believe.
I mean, I don't think people don't believe.
Believe in what?
I
don't know.
See
It's
it on
funny.
camera.
I think they're trying to say believe that this might be Sasquatch's like
I
nephew.
think Jimothy should be our mascot.
You know what? It works. It actually works out.
Yeah.
A couple of guys with shortened spines over here doing a radio show.
Scoliosis.
Just running around. All right, Millard, we got to go downstairs and do the rest of our show. I want to have an extended conversation a little bit about what the governor is saying about our fireworks and how we're going to be treating Pioneer Day coming up on the 24th. Okay. But on top of that, if he thinks that this exonerates him from the promise of a November fireworks day, you've already stolen July 4th for us. If this is you trying to get yourself out of that November day, we're going to have real problems. So we'll talk a little bit more about that and much, much more as we get back. The gang is back together again. It's KSL Brightside right here on KSL News Radio.
2 weeks as the lawsuit moves forward. Peter Haralambous, ABC News.
The U.S. and Iran entering a second week of renewed strikes. An attack by Iran at a U.S. base in Jordan Friday, killing 2 U.S. service members. Their bodies will be brought back to the U.S. tomorrow in the military's dignified transfer ritual. President Trump will attend. In New York City, federal officials say a man is in custody after setting off an incendiary device outside the federal building. Authorities say the suspect has a history of anti-ICE activity. No injuries were reported. This is ABC News.
Time for the KSL In-Depth. Cleanup efforts are underway in Beaver after floods hit the area over the weekend. KSL's Daniel Woodruff is in Beaver. Daniel, thanks for spending a few minutes with us.
Yeah, no problem, Maria.
First of all, describe for us the devastation from this flooding.
Well, our Chopper 5 flew over it earlier this morning, and those images are just stunning to see. Some of the homes just completely surrounded by water. And as we drove in from I-15, the freeway was closed yesterday when this water fell on the burn scar, the Conwood Fire burn scar, and just started rushing down with debris. The freeway has since reopened, but you can see just water everywhere, mud, and a lot of homes that clearly were either hit hard by water or surrounded on their properties by where water hit. So we're hearing from the mayor that about 200 homes and properties were impacted by some sort of damage, major or minor, from the flooding yesterday.
So is the threat of flooding over?
Apparently not, when you hear the weather forecast, right? That there is rain in the forecast potentially for here in Beaver and elsewhere. And so when we're talking with city officials, they're very nervous about the fact that while this is over, it may very well come again. And so everyone's hoping and praying for the best, really. But this threat is not over due to just the ongoing monsoonal moisture we've had and the fact that you have this burn scar that is fresh. And as we saw yesterday, when a lot of rain hit it in a very short time, debris and water just came cascading down out of the canyon and really did quite a number on the city of Beaver.
Yeah, last week we know they did a bunch of sandbagging. So are there any other preparations underway to mitigate future flooding?
Nothing that I've heard of other than their efforts that they had been doing prior to, but they had a town meeting earlier today, from my understanding, and officials are just trying to give residents as much information as they can. Right now, part of the neighborhood that was evacuated yesterday has been allowed to go back home, but there are other parts of the Grove neighborhood here in Beaver that are not allowed yet, just due to the significant nature of the damage. And the mayor said some homes are even a total loss.
What types of cleanup efforts are underway today?
I understand the emergency manager is assessing things, and they're still assessing. We haven't been here that long, I have to note, but we're about to go into the neighborhood and see, and I imagine we'll see people who have been allowed to go back home, maybe doing some preliminary things on their property. But it's funny, when you're in Beaver, it's not a big city, obviously, but parts of it seems like business as usual. But then other parts, from what we saw from Chopper 5, just devastated by water and this huge amount of water in a very short amount of time. And so the cleanup will be a long time to come. This is not going to be something that is going to be cleaned up quickly. And again, roughly 200 homes and properties impacted in some way or another. That's a lot to clean up, and obviously limited resources to do that.
So I understand, wasn't there some of their water infrastructure that was also impacted by this?
It was the culinary water system. The mayor said that part of it was washed away by the flood. And so they went to go assess that yesterday. Right now, anybody within Beaver City has been told not to drink the water, but to boil or use bottled water. They are allowed to use water to wash their hands or to bathe or to shower. But the mayor said today, earlier, about an hour ago, to KSL, that he hopes within roughly 48 hours, the city might be able to allow people to drink the water again. That's pending some test results that they're trying to determine that the water is actually safe. But right now, the whole city of Beaver is under that emergency order due to the damage that the culinary water system suffered yesterday when this flood occurred.
Any other infrastructure that was damaged by this, Daniel?
I'm not aware at this point, Maria, but obviously this is an evolving situation and we're not that far removed from it. And so we'll keep in touch with city officials, with the mayor, and we'll keep you updated here at KSL throughout the day.
All right. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
And that is KSL TV's Daniel Woodruff joining us. You'll be able to watch his stories tonight on KSL 5. Let's get you up to date with traffic and weather together. It's brought to you by UCCU. Learn how to save more this summer at uccu.com. Cormac?
Well, Maria, we've got emergency traffic now with the I-215 closed just after Redwood on the South Belt. That's due to a crash. Drivers are being directed off at Redwood Road, so delays are very dense as you pass 4700 South on southbound I-215 South Belt. And then we have fire affecting the roadway, southbound I-15, getting out of Santaquin just after 6 South. Looks like there's only one lane getting through there, so delays are pretty dense just on I-15 in Santaquin. I'm Cormac Bone in the KSL Traffic Center.
KSL 7-day forecast. 101 today, partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, 97, with a 30% chance for a pop-up in the afternoon. Scattered thunderstorms on Wednesday, 92. We'll go to 93, partly cloudy on Thursday. Friday, 97, mixture of sunshine and clouds. We keep it partly cloudy for the weekend with highs in the upper 90s. From the KSL Weather Center, I'm Matt Johnson.
And it's sunny and 95 degrees in downtown Salt Lake City. The 7-day forecast is brought to you by Performance Automotive Bountiful. Quick check of the markets at this hour. The Dow continuing to lose ground, now down by more than 300 points. Complete update coming up next. Let me ask you, are you living your best life? And are you not living your best life because of your weight? If that is the case, I hope you'll take a second and hear about Salt Lake City Fat Loss. This great program has helped me lose more than 40 pounds. I'm trying to live my best life, doing all the things that I love to do. And you still have plenty of summer left to take off those extra pounds quickly and enjoy more of your summer. SLC Fat Loss, it's different than other programs because it not only educates you, but it gives you the resources necessary to keep the weight off. This is a doctor-developed 60-day program, all natural. You just eat a special combination of regular food that you buy from the grocery store, and the weight comes off fast. Plus, they have a great app. It keeps you accountable. It allows you to ask questions, and it gives you those resources that you need to keep the weight off. Find out more at slcfatloss.com. I lost more than 40 pounds. Many of their clients lose up to a pound per day. slcfatloss.com, slcfatloss.com.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions. Home to possibility and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. The most amazing care anywhere begins at shrinerschildrens.org.
Thursday, join KSL News Radio and NPS from 10 to 1 as the movie show stops by. Then browse and uncover what makes NPS so great. With 4 locations, NPS takes a new inventory every day. Then they check all competitors' retail pricing before marking items down 20 to 70% off. You're invited to visit the movie show Thursday from 10 to 1, and that's the first step to discovering NPS. Visit npsstore.com to begin your own NPS adventure. npsstore.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me. They calmed me down. They made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
A new study about coffee and heart health says for most healthy adults, 3 to 5 cups of black coffee a day is generally considered safe. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
Studies suggest coffee may even be linked to a lower risk of heart disease, heart failure, stroke, and type 2 diabetes for some people. But before you turn that small into a large cup, experts say more isn't necessarily better. High doses of caffeine, especially from energy drinks and energy shots, have been linked to higher blood pressure and abnormal heart rhythms.
Researchers also say that sugary syrups, heavy cream, other add-ins may chip away at some of coffee's potential health benefits. Gas prices are on par with the national average today in Utah, and nationally the price per gallon is $4. AAA says it's down from a month ago when the average in the state was $4.08. FIFA World Cup host cities in the U.S. saw some major economic boosts, and it wasn't just from tourists. Bank of America reports credit and debit spending by Americans rose 6.3% in June compared to last year. That's the strongest growth rate in more than 4 years. The Dow right now down by 293 points, more than 0.5%, sitting at 51,853. S&P down by a couple points. The NASDAQ up by 57.
Utah homeowners, listen up. If your roof is over 15 years old and you've had recent storm damage, now's the time to act. Hey, it's Josh with IWC Roofing, and we've built our reputation on quality, integrity, and taking care of homeowners the right way from start to finish. IWC Roofing, Utah's highest rated roofing company, is now offering $2,500 off your new roof replacement, plus a free upgrade package to maximize your home's protection and value. But that's not all. We're giving away a free roof. Yep, you heard me. One homeowner will receive a brand new roof free. The winner to be announced August 1st. And here's where it gets even better. When you call and mention this radio ad, you'll receive double entries to win. Appointments are filling up fast, and this offer won't last. Call now for your free inspection and estimate. 801-232-5690. That's 801-232-5690. Save $2,500, get upgraded, and you could win a brand new roof. Call IWC Roofing today, 801-232-5690. Restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. See IWCRoofingUtah.com for details and rules.
This is Andy Farnsworth with One Kind Act a Day's Minute of Kindness, brought to you by the Semnani Family Foundation. One girl with a sign that says, "Tell me your good news," will go around to new places with strangers and ask them to tell her about one good thing that recently happened in their life. Every time, you can see the stranger's mood boost as they talk about it. She high-fives them, as together they get excited about the one small recent win. Together, we can do that in the lives of our friends, our families, and of strangers. Ask one person in your life today about one small win. Find out more at thepowerofkind.org. That's thepowerofkind.org.
KSL Broadcast Group contests are open to participants 18 years of age and older that are residents of Utah, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest may not enter. Persons who have won in the last 30, 60, or 90 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available at kslnewsradio.com/contest.
Traffic and weather, it's brought to you by UCCU. Auto loan rates as low as 4.74% APR. Cormac?
Eastbound I-215 South Belt still closed right after Redwood Road. So if you're coming south on the West Belt, you are getting directed off at Redwood Road. And so traffic on southbound Redwood getting very dense between I-215 and 70th South. And we do still have this fire affecting the roadway on southbound I-15 in Santaquin. Only one lane getting through as you pass 600 South. I'm Cormac Bone in the KSL Traffic Center.
Taking a look at the forecast for the Wasatch Front, pretty much what we have been experiencing for the last few days, with those temperatures staying pretty hot. Today's high 101 degrees, and then it looks like tomorrow a little bit cooler, 40% chance of showers and a 50% chance on Wednesday. 97 downtown.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
It's 1 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small. To look at our top stories this hour.
Utah Governor Spencer Cox is not banning fireworks the same way he did for the 4th of July, but he is introducing what he calls a hybrid of restrictions. The governor said today it really depends on where you live.
The Wasatch Front has not had much moisture at all. We're still as bad or maybe worse than we were on July 4th in some cities. Much better off in others. We have some cities that have received more water than they receive in 2 or 3 months. And so it's safe to have fireworks in those places.
That's why the governor says he's not implementing a widespread ban like he did for the 4th of July. Instead, he's going to leave it up to mayors and city leaders to decide what's right for them in their areas while still maintaining the authority to impose more restrictions in areas where wildfires are still a major concern. Some cities are already calling the shots, saying that they are ready for fireworks this Pioneer Day. Cities like St. George and Clinton say they're ready to go. Fireworks are already on sale, and under state law, the first day you can legally light them off is Wednesday. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. A federal judge in California has temporarily blocked the $81 billion merger between Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery.
12 states sued over the proposed merger last week, arguing that combining 2 of Hollywood's legacy studios would extinguish competition. A federal judge on Monday agreed with those concerns, writing that the massive market share of the combined companies would, quote, likely violate antitrust laws. The companies were ordered to halt the merger for at least 2 weeks as the lawsuit moves forward. Peter Haralambous, ABC News.
And your money at this moment, currently a mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow's currently down 277 points. That's more than 0.5%. The S&P barely in the red, down 1 point, and the NASDAQ is up 61. Coming up, hottest day of the week, and a chance of storms rises as we work through the week. Take a look at that next. KSL News Time, 1:02.
The sources where we get our news matters.
When you listen to Utah's Morning News, we want you to feel the stories are important to you and trustworthy. This is Amanda Dixon.
And I'm Andy Farnsworth. Join us weekday mornings on KSL News Radio.
The Salt Lake Chamber is Utah's voice for business. Okay, that sounds great, but what does it really mean? Well, as Utah's largest and longest-standing business association, they support and champion community prosperity throughout the state. And if you're in business, well, that's a very good thing for you. Be sure to listen to the Chamber's Speaking on Business, weekdays at 7:20, 11:55, and 5:20 p.m. on KSL News Radio.
This is Nate Orchard from Advanced Window Products. When you live in Utah, your windows do a lot more than let the light in. They protect your home from freezing winters, blazing summers, and everything in between. That's why Advanced Window Products builds every window for your local climate. No middleman, no out-of-state delays, just factory direct quality, custom made for your home. Imagine a quieter home, a warmer home, a cooler home. Our high-efficiency vinyl windows are engineered to lower your energy bills and boost your comfort all year round. And installation is done by our own certified in-house crews, never subcontractors. That's why Utah homeowners give us 5-star reviews. Right now, take advantage of our anniversary sale. For a limited time, get $2,500 off when you buy 10 or more windows. Call 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100. For 40 years, Advanced Window Products has been the name Utah trusts for custom replacement windows and sliding glass doors. Advanced Window Products, built here, installed here, trusted here. Call 801-850-9100 for that $2,500 off, or visit us at advancedwindows.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
Buying a home can feel overwhelming, especially when your real estate agent recommends a lender you've never heard of. That's okay, but this is your mortgage. Before you lock anything in, get a second opinion. Loans by Rick has closed over 1,000 loans, often finding lower rates and closing costs. A quick second look could save you money. Call 801-809-SAVE. That's 801-809-SAVE. Or go to loansbyrick.com. Rick Urchenbaum, NMLS 241179, and Vintage Lending, NMLS 287106, Equal Opportunity Lenders. Buying a home? Before you choose your realtor's preferred lender, a bank, or a credit union, get a second opinion from Loans by Rick. With over 25 years of mortgage lending experience and access to more than 80 wholesale lenders, we can shop multiple loan programs to help find the financing that best fits your needs. Experience and finding ways to save you money? That's what we do. Call Loans by Rick today at 801-809-7283. That's 801-809-7283. Rick Urchenbaum, NMLS 241179, and Vintage Lending, NMLS 287106, Equal Opportunity Lenders.
The energy, the roar.
Moments you'll always remember. Next season, Jaren Jackson Jr. is hunting blocks. Laurie Markkinen is getting buckets. And Ace is just getting started. Don't just watch Jazz basketball. Experience every moment. 2026-27 season tickets are on sale now. Full and half-season packages available. Plus exclusive benefits like arena discounts and player events. Are you in? Join the climb today. UtahJazz.com or call 801-355-DUNK.
Traffic and weather together is brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. Here's Cormac Bone.
I-215 southbound still closed right after Redwood Road, so delays are reaching back to 4700 south on the west belt. That's due to a crash. And then the fire is still affecting southbound I-15 in Santaquin. Very dense traffic as there's only one lane getting through as you pass the Main Street exit in Santaquin. I'm Cormac Bone in the KSL Traffic Center.
Got a toasty one on tap today with a high of 101 degrees forecasted in Salt Lake City. Overnight lows are expected to get down into the mid-70s, though we do have a chance of seeing a storm later this evening. That's the same story for the next couple of days, with highs gradually dropping. 97 tomorrow, 92 on Wednesday. Right now it's currently 97 degrees and partly cloudy in downtown Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We are Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
And you're sure management's okay with this?
And Alex Keary.
I thought you cleared it with them.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Welcome, everyone, to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard, and I'm here once again with Alex Keary. Alex, you're back. Everything is right with the world. We got Caitlin back, man, as well.
Yeah, everything's, I'm still getting used to this whole thing.
It's just like old times. Just like old times.
Yeah, except for, it's like old times, except for now when we go on vacation, like, it's a significant undertaking. So I appreciate all the people who are nice enough to fill in for us. Val, Richie T, I know John Clyde rolled up for a minute. So these are all people that I know and love a lot, and so I'm glad they were able to fill in.
So we had three great guest hosts.
Yes.
They did a great job. And also we had a fill-in producer, too, Alex.
Brown did his thing.
We swiped Alex.
We already know what he's made of.
We swiped Alex Brown from the afternoon news. Jeff Kaplan was not pleased.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know
how
did Jeff do with that.
But I missed you, man. I'm glad you're back.
Thanks.
I know really that. Honestly,
I know, and it's just like us, too, to basically be having all of this stuff that we want to talk about. And then, of course, Salt Lake County hits us with they want to be able to have a press conference here in the next few minutes. And so I'm pretty sure that the Salt Lake County Sheriff is getting ready for a press conference. I think we can see her there up on the screen.
Yeah, we can. So our understanding is this is related to the search and rescue effort that was up above Cottonwood Heights in the Twin Peaks area, and in which a gentleman was struck by lightning.
Yeah.
And
ended up being fatal after everything was said and done. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it looks like they're getting ready to go. They're just lighting it, everything like that. In fact, I kind of feel like this is going to happen before our three things is going to happen. So should we just? There's no audio.
Well, you know what we can do.
So.
Let's fire it up because we got the three things, and we'll just get right to our Sheriff Rosie Rivera here as we get to that.
Your top trending stories happening right now. KSL Brightside's The Three Things.
Okay, Utah Governor Spencer Cox has issued new instructions for the 24th of July. Now, of course, famously, Utah sort of banned fireworks on the 4th of July. It ended up being basically a ban, but boy, it was a little bit of a weird way to get to it. Now, apparently what they're doing is the state is they are reverting back to the city maps for firework allowance. Oh, nope. Have we got this for starting?
Yeah,
up?
I think Rosie Rivera.
All right, let's go to Rosie Rivera, Salt Lake County Sheriff.
From Saturday, July 18th. This incident occurred at 12:01 p.m. And today we are releasing the individual who was pronounced deceased at the scene. His name is Craig Nelson, Nelson, 59 years old. And this incident occurred as they were attempting to climb the American Fort Twin Peaks area in that area. And we do believe that it was a lightning strike that occurred. We do know that 2 brothers went up together, and they had ridden the snowbird tram and planned to hike up to the peaks. And they had done this hike many times before, and this information that we have today is from the surviving brother. The weather began moving into the area around 10:30 a.m. They stopped to eat lunch and assess the conditions. And as we know in Utah, the weather changes very frequently. And at that time, they observed that the weather was changing but did not see lightning, and they decided to continue. Around 11:40 to 11:45, the brothers reached the area near the Twin Peaks. The surviving brother reached the East Peak first, and he saw that the weather was worsening, so he decided to head back down. Mr. Nelson continued to the summit. As he reached the top, he apparently collapsed, and we believe that was from a lightning strike. The surviving brother was approximately 20 feet from him. He immediately worked his way back toward the tram area, and it took about 20 minutes, and he was able to call 911, and there the emergency call went out at 12:01 p.m. Multiple agencies did respond: Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office Search and Rescue, our Canyon Cars, Elta Marshals, Snowbird Ski Patrol, Unified Fire Authority, Utah Department of Public Safety Aero Bureau, and the Aero Bureau helped transport our search and rescue personnel to the scene where they could work together to recover Mr. Nelson. Now, the investigation continues. As we all know, the Office of the Medical Examiners will determine the official cause of death and the manner. Until that report comes in, where our case will remain open, and we won't be sharing much more information other than what we have shared today. We do want to send out a safety message regarding lightning. As I said, the weather continues to change frequently here in Utah, and it's very unpredictable. Hikers run into thunderstorms all the time. There are some things that people can do. You can go to lower elevation areas, stay away from bodies of water, at least 300 feet from bodies of water. I think people, don't understand that that could be a huge danger as well. And they ask that if you have a trek pole when you're hiking, to make sure you're not holding that trek pole. So put your trek pole down, and there's a way that you can crouch to the ground with your heels to the ground, and kind of, when I've read up on this and talked to some hikers, they've said it's more like a catcher's position, where you're in a position and you bend down. That's the type of stance you should have if you're in an area where lightning is going to hit, and stay away from tall trees. Just make sure that you're prepared, and you look to see what type of area you're going into. Our hearts do go out to Mr. Nelson and his family. We know these type of situations are tough on the family and on the rescuers, our first responders. But again, with the weather here, it's so unpredictable, and we just, want to say how sorry we are on their loss. And if there's anything that they need, they can reach out to us, and our detectives are working closely with them. And we just wanted to express our condolences to the family. Any questions?
During the portion when you were talking about the brother calling it in, did the brother say he saw lightning hit his brother, or is it because there's lightning in the area that you guys are, you guys think it was lightning that hit the brother?
Well, we believe that's the information that we have at the time from talking to individuals that were there. So I can't release too much from the investigation, but that's what we believe happened.
All right, this is Salt Lake County Sheriff Rosie Rivera giving us an update on what happened with that man up in the Twin Peaks Wilderness area. It's a man. His name was Craig Nelson, 59 years old. We don't know exactly where he's from. I didn't hear her say that. But he and his brother went up hiking. They took the Snowbird tram up, and then from there they hiked up to that summit there, Twin Peaks. Now from there, you can look down on one side into Little Cottonwood Canyon and down into Salt Lake. From the other side, you can look over into Tibble. I want to say the Tibble Reservoir area is right there. I think I'm getting that right.
Yeah, because that's where they said that they were going toward that American Fork area.
Yeah.
from the Snowbird tram.
But they were basically up there at the top of Snowbird is where this happened, and so boy, that's so frightening. Could you imagine to watch your brother get hit by lightning like that and then have to run back? Took him 20 minutes to get back to the tram summit to be able to call it in, and just that just must have been just terrifying and heartbreaking for that man. And all right, we got to take a break here. When we come back, we still have to do the three things, but also I was really interested in what Sheriff Rivera was talking about with the crouch. Did you hear her talking about that? Yeah. I actually looked it up, and it's pretty interesting what she's recommending if you get caught out in Utah in lightning, and I want to tell you about it when we come back.
This is Colin Keary from the New Millennium Group. Have you ever had a question for your financial advisor only to find out that the next available appointment is months away? At New Millennium Group, we believe that financial advice should never be limited to once-a-year review meetings. Life happens every single day. Markets change, retirement questions come up, family situations evolve, and when they do, you deserve answers. That's why we pride ourselves at the New Millennium Group on being accessible when our clients need us most. Whether you're wondering about your investments or a major life decision, our team is here to help provide guidance. We're not interested in being the firm you hear from once a year. We want to be your trusted resource throughout your entire retirement journey. If you're looking for a financial team that values relationships, communication, and responsiveness, we'd love to meet you. Give us a call today at 888-999-6370. That's 888-999-6370, or visit us at utahsfinancialplanner.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run, because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
4 weeks may sound like a long time, but it really is not. Not when it comes to the amount of change you can have through Soda Diet and Nutrition in just 4 weeks.
4 weeks. And Soda is doing something amazing. I don't think they've ever done this before, Andy.
I can't think of it.
They're giving away 4 weeks for free. So just think about this. By, around the end of summer, you could have drastic change. You'll feel better in your clothes. You'll have more energy. You'll be sleeping better, all because of Soda.
Healthier, more confident, free from chasing an expensive fix because it doesn't involve any drugs. It doesn't involve anything crazy. It's just relearning how to eat and working step by step with a degreed nutritionist who guides you the entire way.
I lost 37 pounds in 3 months. You lost how much?
70 pounds in 5 months.
Get 4 weeks for free. Just call 866-800-SODA and mention KSL.
Or go to SOTA, S-O-T-A, dietandnutrition.com because Soda is, say it with me, Amanda,
state of the art.
Any Hour Services can help unclog any drain in your house. Whether you have a backup, a clog, or a slow drain you want fixed, call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. The news just keeps getting weirder on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Keary. And just before the break, we brought you a press conference from Salt Lake County Sheriff Rosie Rivera reviewing what happened up in the summit, Twin Peaks summit up above Snowbird. this weekend where a man was, they think, and they're still going to do an autopsy to confirm, but they think a man was struck by lightning and killed. He was with his brother. His brother survived and was able to alert the authorities. Search and rescue got up there. He had passed by the time they were able to get up there and help him. But just absolutely terrifying. But one of the things that Sheriff Rivera talked about, Alex, was the crouch. And it took me a second to kind of see where she was trying to go with this. And then I looked it up, and it's actually really super interesting.
I had never actually heard this because she was like, hey, look, keep both feet planted firmly on the ground, and, it's just kind of basic, some ways that you can try to mitigate if you're in the middle of it and you're at the top of a peak and you're obviously right out there in the middle of everything. You can try to at least help yourself in these extra ways, and I had never heard what she was talking about until you did too.
I hadn't either. So if you can reach a hardtop vehicle or an enclosed building, you want to do that. If you can't, then one of the things you want to do is you want to assume the crouch, or also known as the lightning position. Now what you do is you crouch low with your weight on the balls of your feet together and your head tucked down. So imagine just crouching down as much as you can, but you want to get on the balls of your feet and then tuck your head down and in. Now, there are a couple of other things that you can add to this to help. You do not want to lie flat on the ground, because what you want to do is you want to insulate yourself. So you want to crouch on a non-conductive item. So like if you have a backpack that doesn't have metal in it, or if you have a foam sleeping pad or something, you want to stand on that. That reduces direct contact with the ground. And I thought that was interesting. Don't just lay on the ground. Get on something that is non-conductive and get in the crouch position on something non-conductive. Get rid of any metal that you have. So if you've got a walking pole, which I think is what she was referring to. She had I think she called it a trek pole. Is that what she called it? Call it a trek pole?
Yeah, hiking pole, trek pole, yeah.
Anyway, get rid of anything like that. Ice axes, jewelry, anything else that you've got, and put them at least 100 feet away from your crouching location, okay? And if you're hiking in a group, you want to spread out. Individuals should all do their own crouch position, insulated as well as possible from the ground, spread 20 to 100 feet apart. This reduces the risk of multiple injuries if a strike occurs. Soldiers do the same thing.
I had never, like you and I both did a considerable amount of scouting growing up, and this was never one of the lessons. I feel like half of the stuff we did in Boy Scouts was
outdated. Should we say outdated?
No, it was all like saving yourself in water, saving yourself in the wilderness.
Oh yeah,
saving yourself when there's lightning. Saving yourself in fires. Everything was saving yourself, and so. The fact that it escaped both you and I, maybe it's just new. You know what I mean? It's just like the new way of doing it.
Someone texted in, you want to be the smallest thing out there. The lightning likes the big, tall things. And that's true. You want to make yourself small. But don't lay down. Because I would think, in my thought, I would think, find a low place and lay down. But apparently that's not it. You don't want to lay down because you don't want conductive contact with the ground. You want to get on something like a foam pad, a foam sleeping pad,
right.
or a sleeping or a backpack. Get on that, crouch on it. And don't lay down on it. And I thought that was very interesting. I agree with you, Alex. I don't remember these kinds of instructions, although scouting for me was a very long time ago. But I did.
It was a super long time ago when your mom got your Eagle Scout award for you.
What?
How dare you?
I do remember, though, some of it was really outdated.
Oh,
so when I first started Scouts, our Scout leaders dated back some ways, right? I mean, I had leaders who were,
Oh, they were getting up there.
They were
doing the old school stuff.
They were experienced sportsmen, but I remember being trained in trenching your tents.
Oh yeah,
you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Now that is outdated.
It was, and I can remember the feel of the foldable.
Mm-hmm.
Little mini shovel.
Spade, yeah.
It was the same thing that you used to dig your own latrine.
Yeah.
It was the same one.
Trying to scrape out a trench in case it rained. You gotta, and this is
for sure. It was always like, what? What are we doing? In
case it rained,
here?
you got to trench your tent.
Oh,
and nowadays, of course, so later on in Boy Scouts, I learned that was actually inappropriate because it violates the leave no trace.
Yeah, for sure.
You trench your tent. Then
you can't. It's outdated for sure.
What you want to do is you want to make sure you pitch your tent on a place where you don't need to trench it. So, and anyway, someone else texted in. Oh no, this is the same guy. He says he learned learning how to float with your pants in Scouts. You ever learn that?
Oh yeah.
How to use your pants as
you
a
tie the
rescue
knots on there,
device?
and then you do the little throw over the. Yeah, you get yourself.
You kick your feet while you throw it up in the air.
Right. I got my life-saving merit badge. Don't worry. I had to get the big brick off the bottom of the bottom of the lake, bottom of the pool. Yeah. The mile swim was maybe the hardest thing I'd ever had to do in Boy Scouts.
You know, I was looking at some of these headlines on KSL.com. This is a rough week for Utah. There are a lot of families out there that are mourning, not just this gentleman, the family of Craig Nelson, who was killed up above Snowbird in the Twin Peaks area. We also had that family at the campground out of Bicknell, just outside of Bicknell.
I mean,
there,
it's just absolutely awful.
5 of the 6 family members killed in the flash flood.
Terrible.
We had another gentleman who fell and died while he was out trying to search for someone. He was part of a search party, I guess. Went out to try and help find someone and slipped and fell. And then we also had a drowning at Tibble Fork Reservoir. Man's body was recovered there on Sunday.
The family had the gentleman was a
Provo firefighter.
Provo firefighter. That was just. It's just absolutely devastating. The entire family's devastated.
Yeah,
and it's just terrible.
And the mom. So the dad was a firefighter. The mom was a co-founder of Summit Medical Spa. So these are pretty well-known, members of their family in the Utah County area.
And only one surviving daughter then in the whole family.
She survived because she was not there.
Right.
She was in another state. So I'm not sure how old she is. She's I guess a young woman. I think she was out working in another state. But boy, those slot canyons are so dangerous.
Yeah, it was
They're so dang dangerous.
It was so hard to see that story because you just knew that the entire family being devastated like that. I mean, you've heard stories like that before, right? Where an entire family gets maybe 4 or 5 members of a family with 2 other ones who survive in a car accident, for example. And when that happens, it's just absolutely devastating. And I don't even know where you would start to try to help and pick things up from there. And then, going through that type of stuff is just it's one of these things that just seems impossible to understand.
Well, and this is the hard thing about the desert, and canyoneering has become so popular, and it is an amazing hobby. It's an amazing outdoor hobby. There is bouldering and rappelling and hiking and scrambling, sometimes swimming. It is so fun. But Alex, something like this actually happened to me. I was in a slot canyon, this was years ago, with several other people, and it started to rain, and we got caught in a flash flood, and it very nearly killed us all. And we were fortunate. We were really lucky to have lived through that. And
I remember, I wasn't obviously in it, but I've heard that story from you multiple times, and
Alex, you know what?
I knew how much it changed. It changed everything for you, from like the way that you approached camping and the way that you. I remember that even some of the relationships that were from that were kind of fractured a little bit because of some of the things that happened with that, and so that it's weird, and we saw some of it too when we saw the flooding that happened down in Beaver on I-15, where you're just sitting there and stuff starts to flow in an area where you are, and you don't see a cloud in the sky.
Doesn't matter,
and it doesn't matter because that flash flood happened 10 miles this way, and it made its way through a burn scar in the case down in Millard County.
Yeah,
and you go, look, you're down in Beaver, and suddenly the highway is stopped because highway patrolmen are stopped in the middle of the freeway because a huge debris flow is going through I-15. The heart of the state is shut down because of a flash flood. And it was just, it can happen in an instant.
This month and next month, these are the months that this happens. And it is So dangerous. There's a great book. It's called The Secret Knowledge of Water. And I think everyone should read. I think every Utahn should read this book. Certainly anyone who loves the desert needs to read this book. It's called The Secret Knowledge of Water. It's by Craig Childs, who's a very prominent Western naturalist. But the subtitle of the book is There Are Two Easy Ways to Die in the Desert: Thirst and Drowning. And it happens in Utah every year. People drown in the desert because of the way the desert moves water.
Yeah.
And it is merciless, and it does not care that you're there. And it is the desert moves water in shocking volumes with shocking speed, and it gets so dangerous. So anyway, we've got to grab a quick break here, Alex.
Yeah, let's go to a break, and we'll come back. We've got more to go around the corner. Hey, the governor has released a press release, has sent an email out, also had a conversation today with the media about what the 24th is going to look like when it comes to your fireworks. We're waiting for an update. Some things have changed, and certainly the tone has changed. We'll tell you what the governor has said about whether or not fireworks are going to be a part of your festivities coming up this week on Pioneer Day. So stay right here with us. More to go right around the corner. It's KSL Brightside.
1:30 at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small. Let's look at our top stories this half hour. A man has been arrested after police accused him of trying to kill a random woman near Sugar House Park. KSL News Radio's Brianna Willis reports.
Witnesses say Garrett Thomas Stewart was riding a motorcycle near 17th East and Harvard on Sunday when he was stopped by a car, smashed the window out of it, and then started attacking a woman who was out walking further down the street. Salt Lake City Police Sergeant Greg Wilkins says bystanders intervened.
It sounds like the citizens were able to come together to take this person into custody and stop an assault.
Wilkins says the community members are able to hold Stewart until police got on scene. He told police he had been trying to kill the woman because she didn't believe him. He then later said he was taking a psychedelic. The woman's face was cut and she was taken to the hospital. Brianna Willis, KSL News Radio.
A man accused of killing a West Point military veteran at his home earlier this year is pleading not guilty to his murder. 24-year-old Axel Eduardo Chavez is accused of shooting 71-year-old James Randall Witten on May 30th while Witten was working on his porch. Chavez is scheduled to return to court in September, while a second suspect in the case is in jail waiting to be extradited from California. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. President Trump will be in Delaware tomorrow for the dignified transfer of 2 U.S. service members killed over the weekend.
President Trump will travel to Dover Air Force Base in Delaware on Tuesday for the dignified transfer of remains of the U.S. service members killed over the weekend in the war with Iran. It's the third time since the start of the war that the president has attended this solemn ritual. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says in a social media post that the president and the entire White House are praying for the families of the fallen service members. 17 American service members have been killed since the war in Iran began in late February. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
And your money at this moment, the Dow is currently down 276 points, more than 0.5%. The S&P barely in the red, down 2 points. The Nasdaq is in the green, up 58 points. Coming up, you're looking at the hottest day of the week, at least for now. And a chance of storms are going to rise. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 1:32.
Mornings are for recharging.
And they're for starting your day right.
We volunteer to join you in the car. Get news and weather at 102.7 FM during the most important part of your day.
Andy and Amanda, each morning between 5 and 9 on KSL News Radio.
Summer happens. Backyard barbecues, pool days, family vacations, kids running in and out of the house, pets trekking in dirt after every adventure. By July, your carpets have probably seen it all. Instead of worrying about the mess, let Zero Res take care of it. Their patented cleaning technology removes dirt, stains, and allergens without the use of sticky soaps or harsh chemicals. Their process leaves your carpet looking and feeling cleaner longer, saving you time and money. Even better, a Zero Rest clean leaves carpets dry in hours, not days, so you can get back to enjoying summer sooner. And every cleaning is backed by the Gotta Love It guarantee. If you're not completely satisfied, Zero Rest will come back and re-clean the areas you're not happy with at no additional cost. Right now, get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned for just $139. Call 866-ZERO-RES or schedule online at ZeroRes.com today to start your summer cleanup. Spell the same forward or backward, Zero Res is the right way to clean.
Pack a picnic, bring your friends, and meet us in Park City. It's time for the 2026 Deer Valley Music Festival, the summer home of the Utah Symphony. Hear joyful masterworks like Beethoven's Ninth Symphony in the Wasatch Mountains. Sing your heart out with iconic performers like Idina Menzel and Lyle Lovett. Relax with concerts under the stars and make new family traditions. Every concert is a chance to experience the best of the Utah Symphony in the beauty of Park City. Concerts will sell out. Get your tickets and plan your visit at DeerValleyMusicFestival.org.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Hi, thanks for calling Uline.
Wait, did the phone even ring?
Nope.
Okay, so you answered before the ring. But now you're going to put me on hold, right?
We don't do that here. We're real people answering the phone, ready to help with your order when you are.
Uline has thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline, we warehouse for you.
We have emergency traffic right now. It's brought to you by UCCU. Learn how to save more this summer at UCCU.com. Here's McKenna Rodriguez.
Emergency traffic in Taylorsville. The I-215 southbound is closed down from Redwood Road to I-15. Drivers are being directed onto Redwood Road. If you're on the westbound, get off at 4700 south to avoid those heavy backups. And we're still seeing some heavy traffic on southbound I-15 in Santaquin. Just before Main Street there, only one lane getting through. McKenna Rodriguez in the KSL Traffic Center.
Forecasted high of 101 degrees today in Salt Lake City. You got a chance of a storm this afternoon and evening, and that's going to be the trend throughout the week. It looks like a high of 97 tomorrow, chance of storms later in the day, and then 92 the high on Wednesday. Right now it's 99 degrees in Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at KSLNewsRadio.com. We are Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Do they not have enough of us recorded already? They could just do this in AI.
And Alex Keary.
We're not even real. This entire show is just a hologram.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard. I've got Alex Keary here. Alex, back from vacation, and I'm so glad you're back.
I was glad to be missed.
Everything's back to normal. I did have some great guest co-hosts. I had a lot of fun. Richie Stedman hosted a couple of days. Val Cameron, who is on with us every Friday anyway, doing Movies That Stink. She was with me for 3 days. And so, because we already know Val so well, that was easy, right? Val just dropped right in.
I was glad to see that John Clyde rolled back up in this building and did his thing.
John Clyde was an unexpected surprise. I didn't know until the day before that he was going to host with us. I just hadn't bothered to ask. And when I found out it was John Clyde,
it's not surprising to me that John, who we worked with, like so many folks in the building in the evenings.
Yeah.
When Nightside was in its first iteration, John was part of that. John was one of the night managers at one point of KSL.com.
He was.
But John and I have taken a couple of long distance trips together with our RV trips that we used to do back in the day. So we know each other. We know each other like to the point of where you don't want to hang out after a long road trip. That was where John and I got it. So a couple points.
That's a special place. That's a special place to be. Have you seen him lately?
Yeah, he's like no, I follow John. He's like
that dude is ripped.
He's ripped and he looks younger than he did. He looks way younger than us.
He looks way better. Well,
because I think that he and I were both kind of at BYU around the same time too. Anyway, regardless, other people are doing way better than we are on things, and he's one of those guys.
You know, one of the things he talked about was apparently you and he would do this thing called fast food confessions.
Oh yeah,
and he shared some of his. He didn't share any of yours, but he shared some.
I've done fast food confessions with you.
I know that, but these are your stories to tell.
But
That's all I'm saying.
like the 2 trips to fast food on the way home from Salt Lake City to Woodland Hills when I'd have those long drives home.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can't be one guy in a car and get food for 2 people.
It was a standard thing. It was like having a per diem where you're like, look, I've got to be able to. All right, I had Wendy's on the way out of Salt Lake City, but it's been an hour and 13 minutes on this drive. I better get some Carl's Jr. When I'm here in Spanish Fork now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the least you can do.
The Spanish Fork, Main Street, Carl's Jr. I think I'm the only person who kept that place in business. I think it's still around. Anyway, bottom line is, yes.
Can I ask you a question about your visit to Hawaii?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is something that I was amazed when I first went to Hawaii, and I've only been there twice. It's not like I go there all the time.
Yeah.
But, backing into parking spaces.
Oh, they do back in
like crazy.
Yeah, and they should, because it's there. Like the roads and parking spaces are all more narrow. So wherever they are.
So this is what someone told me, and I guess I haven't looked it up, but this was believable to me.
But if you know anybody who's in law enforcement or work for a city or anything like that, they all back into their spots everywhere they all go too.
Well,
they know something that we don't.
I was told that in Hawaii, this is Japanese influence, because there's a big time Japanese influence.
Yeah, for
in
sure.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
And the Japanese have this thing where they do the hard thing first. So when you pull up, do the hard thing first immediately.
It's
which
lazy.
Is the backup.
It's lazy to park straight on instead of backing in, and so we prefer that as lazy people.
That's right. And so you do the hard part first, which is backing into the parking spot, and then when you go out, the second thing to do is the easy part.
Right.
Which I thought was interesting.
It makes sense, because then we force ourselves when we park like that. Then we're like, I guess I have to back out because I put myself in this position now.
Yeah.
I'm only doing it because I'm forced to do it.
Should we start doing that?
I think that people who do the back into the parking, I know that there's probably something. I don't want to offend anybody, but it's not for me.
I'm worried that if I tried backup parking, people would misunderstand it and I'd get into conflict.
You'd be like, oh yeah, because you'd pass it. And then be like, I'm pulling in. Yeah. I have the same thought.
This happens to me.
And I want to risk that.
This happens to me with some regularity with parallel parking. Because I'll put my signal on, and I'll pull up ahead of the parking spot, and then the person behind me will just pull up right on my bumper and then honk at me.
Oh, yeah.
Because as far as they're concerned, I've stopped in the middle of the street for no reason.
See, and I think that the culture there, in a place where a lot of people back up and back into the spaces is, they already know this person who's pulling up right here, I need to give them some space because they could be backing in. So
we don't have the culture for it.
We're not cultured enough. We're such swine when it comes to parking. How dare we? All right, Millard, I've got something I want you to hear the governor say, because he spoke today, and when he spoke and said he was going to speak, and he spoke and said he was also going to
he's going to speak later on it, right?
Yeah, he's going to speak later on it. So here's the thing: is we don't have time. Okay. The 24th is coming up. We already missed the 4th. You already owe us a makeup day.
Yep.
For the fireworks.
Yep.
That didn't happen on the 4th, and everybody was wondering what's going to happen with the 24th, but we hadn't heard anything. And here's what he had to say today about what the situation is going to look like. This is Governor Cox today talking about fireworks and how we're supposed to be handling it for the holiday.
We'll be announcing later today that there will be a hybrid kind of moving into place. What's happened is I said in our last press conference on fireworks that we should pray for the monsoons to come because we desperately need them. The monsoons have mostly come in many parts of the state, but not everywhere. So the Wasatch Front has not had much moisture at all. We're still as bad or maybe worse than we were on July 4th in some cities, much better off in others. We have some cities that have received more water than they receive in 2 or 3 months. And so it's safe to have fireworks in those places. So what we will do is that kind of blanket ban will go away. We'll let the mayors and cities determine whether to have bans and where in their cities. And that will be reduced later, or that will be released later today. What I would say though is it's still dangerous. Fireworks are always dangerous. I would still encourage people, even if you can, doesn't mean you should, be extra cautious. Let's be very thoughtful about it. Be prepared for any scenario if you are going to light fireworks, even if you are in a place that has had an inch and a half of rain over the last week. Still be very prepared, and let's make sure everyone gets home safe on the 24th.
All right.
So did he unban them? Is that what I'm hearing from there? Or no?
Sort of. So this is what, as far as we can tell, this is what's going to happen. Which this was weird because he said we're going to announce this later today, and then he rolled out the whole thing.
And here's what I'm thinking about announcing a little bit later.
And but setting that aside, setting down because we have commented before on
the way he rolls out stuff. Yeah.
Like he's rolled this out in a very weird way. We saw this around the 4th. We're seeing it again. It's fine. That's not our purview here on KSL Brightside.
We make it kind of part of our purview, but yeah, I get it.
But it's as far as we can tell, this is what's going to happen. So they're going to remove the statewide ban restrictions, however you want to describe it. And we're going to revert back to the existing city maps. So if you've ever gotten online to look at your own city map to see where fireworks are allowed, we're going back to those maps now, which are basically the maps that are pretty consistent year to year. Now, if a city believes that they are still in a heightened fire state, depending on how much rain they've had, then they can communicate with the state forester and come up with a plan for their municipality.
Which is, I thought, what we were doing the first time around. Isn't that what we were told the first time around?
The first time around.
This time the tone has been.
It's reversed. So
right.
The first time was everywhere's banned. If you want to have it, then you got to figure it out. You got to create a special place to have it.
So
now
there's
no ban. If you want to ban it, you got to have a special way to ban it.
Hybrid fireworks.
Yeah.
Hybrid. Well, so, okay, we're in a real pickle here in my neighborhood. We have our big firework celebration the 24th. Mm-hmm. It's a big to-do in our neighborhood. We've been doing it for 6 years. And but we already sent out flyers that said, hey, we're still doing our neighborhood party. We're going to have food trucks and some of that. We still have slides for the kids.
I've got an idea.
Ice cream. And then at the bottom it said, with the restrictions this year, no fireworks. And I think we pulled the trigger too early on that because it sounds like they may be I don't know what Fruit Heights City's going to do.
I've got an idea.
So I don't care about what all you other suckers are doing in all of these other municipalities. Somebody let me know what Fruit Heights is doing so we can figure out if we're going to be able to set off a firework on Friday for the party.
Maybe we can exert a little leadership here for Fruit Heights. This is what I'd like to do. So send in a text 57500. Do you think Alex?
Yeah.
Do you think Alex should be able to hold fireworks at his neighborhood party like they do every year? 57500, and then let's take these results to Fruit Heights.
I will preface this by saying these are supervised by a licensed pyrotechnician every year.
Mm-hmm.
Not me. I'm not trying to call myself that. I'm not trying to say that. It is an actual family member of one of the people who is part of this every year.
And he keeps calling himself a licensed pyrotechnician.
It says it on his T-shirt. All right? I just think that feels like it's good enough. No, but he's the guy he has the commercial license to buy them and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So my question is can we pull this off with this guy? If you know that somebody's there, and I've been a part of this every year, he babysits the heck out of those things. He does a phenomenal job of making sure that this thing's done right.
All right.
Should we be able to do it? And I don't know. I just don't know if my city's going to let us do it.
57500. Do you think Alex in his neighborhood should reinstate the fireworks, or should they just let 2026 just be a year of safety for their families and their children? 57500. Send that text in. We got a break, and we're going to count up those votes, and I think we present them to the Fruit Heights City Council. You guys have a city council? Is it a democracy in Fruit Heights?
I think it's one. We've been trying to get this dictator out for 35 years out of Fruit Heights, and it hasn't worked
They're
out.
They're toughed up route. All right, 57500. Should Alex's neighborhood fireworks show continue, or do you just look forward to next year? We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Maria Shilaos, host of the KSL News Daily podcast, where you'll get a deep dive on a story important to you and the 3 things you need to know each weekday morning. Follow the KSL News Daily today, wherever you get your podcasts.
As we celebrate America 250, KSL presents Utah Cornerstones, honoring the businesses that built our past and continue to shape our future.
Some businesses sell products, others become part of a community's legacy. Since 1948, Duke's Jewelers has been a trusted part of Springville and Utah families' most meaningful moments. That's 80 years of meaningful craftsmanship founded by J. Melvin Duke. The tradition continues today under 4th-generation owner Kimberly Narupe, who quite literally grew up in the family shop. She has a fresh perspective and deep respect for tradition. Guided by values of care, honesty, and exceptional craftsmanship, Duke's Jewelers creates pieces designed to last a lifetime because every design begins with a story. Since Duke's is a family-owned store with lower overhead, they can offer better diamonds and craftsmanship at a better price. Learn more about this Utah Cornerstone at dukesjewelers.com.
Utah Cornerstones on KSL News Radio.
Sign up for KSL Text Alerts. Get breaking news and traffic updates by texting the word news to 57500. Want access to exclusive contests? Text contest to 57500. Jazz fans, text the word jazz for breaking jazz updates. And Cougar fans, text BYU to 57500 for the latest on the Cougars. Message and data rates may apply.
Do you know how to tell if a clogged drain is something to worry about or not? What's up, everybody? I'm Mike Wilson with Any Hour Services, and I understand it's annoying and inconvenient, but sometimes a clogged drain can be a sign there's a more serious issue with your sewer main line. If the drains in the lowest level of your home aren't draining, or you flush a toilet and it comes up somewhere else like a shower or a floor drain, I'm urging you to look at this as more than just an annoyance. The last thing I want you to experience is a sewer backup. If you're a homeowner experiencing any of these issues, the first step would be to snake the line to see if it's just a blockage, which one of our drain techs can do for only $29. Yep, you heard that right. Any Hour Services will snake any drain line with normal access for only $29. Sinks, showers, tubs, toilets, floor drains, laundry drains, even that sewer main line that connects to the city. We'll snake any line for just $29. For help with your drain issues, call Any Hour Services at 801-443-7700. You can Google Any Hour Services. You can even schedule online at anyhourservices.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Turn your afternoon around on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Keary. Thanks so much for tuning in, and thanks so much for your texts. Alex, I think it's very interesting. So we asked people to text in on whether or not you should reinstate your neighborhood fireworks show.
I don't know if I like this at all, and leaving it up.
I'm actually a little bit surprised. The number of people that texted in to say yes, you should do it is 2. You had 2 people.
Dang it.
You had like 1,000 saying absolutely not.
I know, and that's the thing is I knew it was going to go this direction, but this is not authoritative. So because I didn't get 1 million yeses, if I would have got 1 million yeses, I would have said, oh, see, I knew it. But now I'm going to go, well, let's wait and see what that city says.
Well, sometimes the minority have a point that's really important that needs to be heard, right?
It's 2 people. Those 2 people are like,
Now,
those two people are probably my kids or somebody who's like, yeah, dude, you better have the show. You better have that show. That fireworks show should be going on anyway.
So you have two people supporting you. One person said, if you're the pyrotechnically, then if you yourself
No, I'm not.
are the pyrotechnically, then yes, otherwise
Come
no.
on.
And then someone else helpfully said maybe you can exchange this for a drone show.
No, and I told you that, okay, can I just tell you, we looked into this.
And then someone else said, though,
Drone show is between $8,000 and $12,000, you guys, for a small, what they call a small residential drone show.
How many drones is in a small residential drone show?
I assume 4. And I think that they just carry a sheet up and it says no fireworks this year. I think that's the drone show you pay $8,000 for.
Well,
I just couldn't believe the cost when we were looking at it. We were like, what? I think it's like 100 or 200.
How much do you spend now on fireworks?
I don't know what the actual number is because the guy keeps it kind of shrouded in secret. He likes it to be his thing. And
do you think he lights off $8,000 worth of fireworks?
No, but I think it is a lot.
You think it's? I bet it's a few thousand anyway.
Yes.
Does he just send everyone a Venmo?
Yeah, he tries to not because we all do certain things for the party.
Oh, I
see. You know what I mean? Like, so I contribute
just
bottles of
your
water.
sparkling personality.
Bottles of water, 12 bottles of water. All right, and then like we have people doing ice cream. We make a big event out of this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
We have water slides that we rent. We have I think we're doing an obstacle course wet slide thing that we're doing this year that we're doing as well. Our neighbors rent a massive dumpster that we use to clean up everything afterward too. Food trucks come in. I was gonna say, well, you know what? Fire trucks may come in too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
So,
like someone. You got another sympathy vote though. Let them light the fireworks. This is America, man. So you got some people that are on your side.
Yeah.
here.
The thing is I could fire this up and say, hey, looks like the governor may have loosened up a little bit. Should we still do the fireworks? ? And that would send people down a weird. I
wouldn't start anything you won't be able to control later. Like you don't want that.
Yeah, and the thing is we've told all the neighbors we're not doing it, and that we're not doing the fireworks.
Have you gotten a lot of so this is what they're going with, and Governor Cox said this in his statement. He said that the rains have been inconsistent along the Wasatch Front. Very little rain. Some other places have got a ton of rain. And so that's kind of why they're approaching it like this. So tell me about the rain situation in Fruit Heights. Have you gotten a lot of rain up there?
So I was out of town.
Because in Cottonwood Heights, we have gotten none.
There have been some because I had a neighbor who was like, gosh, isn't it awesome that it rained all that? And I was like, oh, yeah, we weren't here. Did we get a lot of rain? He goes, oh, we had a couple big time dumping, rainstorms.
So you know what? Then maybe Fruit Heights will say, let's take our boots off of everyone's necks and
get that dictator out of here. I honestly, it's funny. This is terrible. I don't even know who our mayor is anymore. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that like their name. I'm not saying that like their name. I just don't know who they are anymore, man. I don't know what they stand for. No, I actually don't know. I don't know who it was.
Her name is Jeanne Groberg.
Yeah, Groberg.
Mayor, she was elected in late 2025.
So it was last. Yeah, this is her first year.
So this is what happens: is they have what are called elections, Alex.
See, that's the thing. Also, is that because it was the same guy for the last couple of rounds, and when it came around to the elections this last year, I was like, I actually don't know who this person is.
Alex, I have her phone number.
I know, but should we text her? Hey, Caitlin.
I think this is her. Hold on, let me look.
Let's throw
I think this is her office number.
Can we just call Fruit Heights City? I know we have a lot of other stuff going on here. I just want to call Fruit Heights City and be like, what's your stance on this? Is Caitlin from KSL News Radio. What is your guys' stances on fireworks? We're just calling random cities. But start it with that. We're calling random cities, taking a quick poll. Yeah. What are you guys going to do with the fireworks this weekend?
She gave you a thumbs up.
All right. This is very selfish of us, but I want to know.
I know what they're going to say.
You know what?
I already know what they're going to say.
We're just going to keep it the way it was.
No, they're going to say, well, we're looking at it.
Oh.
That's what they're going to say. I bet you $10.
See, this is why the governor did a disservice. Not only was it weird when he announced it 2 days after they started selling them to not set them off, that now when there's 3 or 4 days left of people planning on whether or not they're going to be able to do it in their city or not, or cities being able to plan whether or not they should do it within their municipality, it's too late now.
Yeah.
You should have done this on the 13th. You know what I mean? have this discussion on the 13th.
You know, I got a text from someone who said that on the 4th of July, they allowed fireworks in Fairview. Unrestricted.
Oh, where he's at. Where, nuh-uh.
It's Governor Cox's
Yeah. And I had also heard tale that the Bonneville Salt Flats were not necessarily going to be an option this time around.
That doesn't surprise me. I have the sneaking suspicion that people
left all of our garbage there?
I think that the people who went on the 4th to the Bonneville
on.
Salt Flats, I think they trashed it.
You guys, we can't have nice things. We can't have nice things.
Should we all just go to Fairview? We heard it's legal here.
We should all show up on the governor's porch. Hey, man.
What's up?
I brought one of them whistling tubers.
Can we use the street out in front of your house?
Hey, do you have any of those? What do they call the ones that burn kind of continually? Those. Do you have any more punks?
Oh yeah.
Do you have any more punks left?
Punks, yeah.
We should. You know what? We should all just go down to Fairview and be like, turns out you guys are. Oh, fancy seeing you here. You know what I mean? Fancy seeing you here. Cake fireworks, unrestricted. Boom. All right. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. Ethan sent me an interesting story last night, and I thought this was something to chat about. I put it to the test on the way into work today, and it's about speeding, and it's about saving yourself not just money, but also what a new study says about how much time it does save you. Stay right here with us. More to go on KSL Brightside.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
It's 2 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small with a look at our top stories this hour. We're learning a man has died while looking for a missing Carbon County woman who hasn't been seen since January. KSL News Radio's Cameron Elliott has the story.
48-year-old Joshua Doviak reportedly died to a fall this weekend while searching for 70-year-old Diet Spencer, who disappeared in Carbon County earlier this year. The sheriff's office says Doviak was by himself and was not part of any agency or organized search party. They followed that up by saying personal search and rescue operations are very dangerous, especially in areas like the Cottonwood Dugway where Doviak died.
Authorities are asking people not to conduct searches like this by themselves, especially in this kind of terrain. Local fireworks vendors say they're encouraged by the governor allowing cities to decide whether they'll allow fireworks in their areas for Pioneer Day after they lost a ton of money from the 4th of July restrictions. Shane Willis is the owner of Some Dudes Fireworks in Lehigh. He says 4th of July nearly bankrupted him.
We were down a little bit over 90%. It was devastating, crippling.
But he says the hybrid ban on fireworks for Pioneer Day should allow the company to recover at least some of its sales. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. Maine Democrats are now rallying around a fifth-generation logger and longtime state lawmaker to challenge Republican Senator Susan Collins in November. This comes less than 2 weeks since Graham Plattner dropped out of the race.
Former Maine Senate President Troy Jackson looks all but certain to take on Collins after 4 of his competitors dropped out over the weekend. The race marks a second chance for Jackson, who unsuccessfully ran for Maine governor earlier this year with Plattner's endorsement. The two men have similar progressive policies, including calling for universal health care and abolishing ICE, but Jackson brings with him 2 decades of experience in state government. The Maine Senate race is considered a must-win for Democrats to take back the Senate. Peter Haralamus, ABC News.
And your money at this moment, the markets were mixed, but now they're all in the red. The Dow is now down 293 points, down to 51,853. The S&P's off 13, and the NASDAQ is off about 8 points. Coming up, more triple-digit heat today, but it's not going to last very long. We're going to likely see more rain, too, this week. We'll take a look at the forecast next. KSL News Time, 2:02.
A reminder about the simplest way to get updated for your day.
Hit your KSL preset when you jump in the car, and we'll take care of the rest.
Hear key news updates and traffic reports.
Andy and Amanda from 5 to 9 in your car.
KSL News Radio at 102.7 FM.
Hi, this is Doug Wright. I'm here with Monty from Connecticut Quality Water Systems of Salt Lake, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. And I was thinking the other day, Monty, that every water softener I've ever seen has a giant tank that holds bags and bags of water softener salt. Well, Well, except one, the one I have in my home. And I picture this, my Connecticut has the little salt tank about the size of a paper shredder or a small trash can.
Well, Doug, that's because the Connecticut water softeners use so much less salt, an average of 70% less than other water softeners. So you don't need a tank that holds 6 or 8 bags of salt.
I love the fact that it's so easy to fill because I don't have to lift those bags up so high, and it seems like those bags of salt, well, they're getting heavier every year.
Yes, it does. When you're using 1 bag of salt for every 3 a regular water softener uses, there's no need for a large salt tank.
Tired of lifting those heavy salt bags to fill your giant water softener salt tank? Go to softwaterutah.com. That's softwaterutah.com.
For 250 years, America has been built by hardworking people who believe in freedom, family, and community. At Performance Automotive in Bountiful, we're proud to celebrate that legacy during our Freedom to Drive sales event. Join us as we honor our military, first responders, and the families who make Utah strong. Take advantage of special savings, great trade values, and financing opportunities across our inventory. Performance Automotive in Bountiful, 250 years of American pride, and we're just getting started.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1877 Cards for Kids. Donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Still in emergency traffic right now. It's brought to you by UCCU. Auto loan rates as low as 4.74% APR. Here's Cormac Bone.
It is still closed eastbound on I-215 southbound from Redwood Road over all the way to I-15. We're seeing some heavier delays starting by Taylorsville as you pass 4700 South. And if you're coming down on the west belt, get off at 4700 South, and you can avoid the heavier backups that are on Redwood where drivers are being diverted off the road. We also have delays on southbound I-15 from 5300 South down toward the South Interchange. And we do have a crash on northbound I-15 in Lehigh just after Main Street. They're out of traffic and in the right shoulder, so no slowdowns behind them. I'm Cormac Bone in the KSL Traffic Center.
Today is expected to be the hottest day of the week with a high of 101 degrees in Salt Lake City. Chance of a storm this afternoon, overnight lows in the 70s. Tomorrow, a high of 97, greater chance of storms in the afternoon with highest chance of rain being Wednesday afternoon at 50% with highs going down into the low 90s Wednesday and Thursday. Right now, it's 99 degrees in Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Now we've got houses, kids, responsibilities.
And Alex Keary.
Yeah, we're all grown up. We have pre-diabetes, lower back pain.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Keary. Alex, back in action after being away, spending time with your family. And,
I missed it.
You know,
my wife was like, "Oh man, it's gonna be tough getting back into work." I was like, "Oh yeah, man. See you guys later."
I'll tell you,
I was out of there.
Here's my thing with vacations is, and this is true. This is true. So travel for me is a big thing, right?
I know you like traveling. I know you like being in airports,
airplanes, all that,
planes, all of it.
Mm-hmm. But more than the actual trip itself is the anticipation. I love looking forward to trips. I love planning them. I love thinking about what they're going to be like. Mm-hmm. I love putting details in place. And sometimes when I'm actually on a trip, I'm a little bit sad because now we're actually doing it, whereas before we had it to look forward to. And that's always been so meaningful to me. I'm a little sad to lose that.
Right. I told you that my wife's one of those people that enjoys planning other vacations while we're on vacation. You know those people?
Because you get inspired.
I think that she gets a little bit addicted to the the planning phase.
Yeah.
The planning phase is I don't know, I think it's like looking at cars and homes that are for sale and you're not in the market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like you enjoy the looking part of it. So anyway, I getting back to the grind has been fun because I like work. I like working with you. Caitlin's back, and so it makes life a little bit easier for all of us. So there we are.
Alex, let's talk a little bit about you speeding in traffic.
No, come on. I'm not that guy.
You're not. I know you're not that guy.
Not that guy.
But so a new study that was released by the University of Minnesota, they analyzed over 120 million vehicle trips, and they discovered that the difference between speeding, like modestly speeding, like let's say 5-10 over, something like that, or even just a few over, because you can't always speed a lot.
Yeah, sure.
Versus driving the speed limit, you know what the difference is? About 54 seconds on a 28.6 mile commute, which is the average American daily drive.
28.6 miles is longer than my commute. It's longer, I think, than even most commutes right here along the Wasatch Front. But I get it.
And this is nationwide. This is nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is only about 54 seconds. But if everyone obeyed the speed limit every single day, collectively, we as a people would save 7.2 million gallons of fuel every single day.
How much?
7.2 million. If we just drove the speed limit, we would use across the country $7.2 million less of fuel.
Okay.
Now that's a shocking number.
It's a big number. It also, from a per person situation, what we're saying is you save money. When you're speeding, you're putting your foot down more. And I can tell you that for sure that's the thing.
I think also that difference between 70 and 75, you just use so much more fuel.
Yeah.
When you get up at those speeds.
I agree. So I did something today, and I've been doing this more often, and I've decided that this is going to be the new me. And I can't, you know me, I can't commit to eliminating the scroll. I can't commit to that totally yet.
I'll work on that with you.
I know you're still working on that with me. But let me tell you what I have started to come around on and being committed to. Because I drove in today, there was basically no traffic. I didn't have any stops at all, traffic-wise, because I came in, it's like 9:30 when I left my house, and so I was like, okay, I'm sort of past it. This one says not to be arrogant, but if you're an EV owner, you wouldn't save anything by that. I get it. But let me just tell you, this applies. What I'm about to say applies to everybody that's listening. EV, regular cars, everybody included. And this is just what I have found. My mental health is considerably affected in the positive. Deciding I'm going to drive between 68 and 71 miles an hour, 68 and 72 miles an hour on my way home, and I'm going to hang out in those right two lanes.
Yeah.
And let me explain. I have decided I'm not going to be. And listen, God bless you out there. You're in the drive right now, and you're in the grind, and you're trying to get home a little bit faster. I drove today between 68 and 72 miles an hour on the way in to the office because it fluctuated going up and down. Because you can't just stay necessarily right there. You have to change lanes a couple of times on my way in. And I decided I'm going to stay in this little spot. And I've done this a few times recently where I'm like, I have no hurry. I'm not interested in trying to just bust my butt home. I need to just get home. And I've been doing it sometimes to save on the gas, to see what I could do gas-wise.
Yeah.
We have an electric car. When I do the electric car, it's kind of fun to get home to and from my office and to try to get home. For me, it's a little game to not have to get under 200 miles. You know what I mean? And my car is about a 230, 240 mile range car. And when I can get home and I still haven't cracked that 200,
that's an achievement.
It's kind of a fun game for me.
Yeah.
All right. And to do that, I need to be under the speed limit or just by a little bit, or at least stay right on it. And I've got to be doing the cruise control quite often. I let the car do it. The car does a great job.
The adaptive cruise control.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
It does a great job for me. I also have decided that the people that are hanging out in those left two lanes, I don't need to be a part of their world.
No.
the road rage doesn't happen in the right two lanes typically.
No. Yeah, it doesn't.
It's not that it's totally precluded from that, but I will say, for me, the people who hang out in those left two lanes and are trying to bust their butts home or whatever, and to save those, what did you say, 54 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
For me today, I got into the office about 2.5 to 4 minutes slower than I normally would.
Yeah.
Because even though it wasn't any traffic, it was a little bit slower.
So you just clock in on your phone while you're still on the road.
Yeah. You just go, hey, I started work early today.
Look, I'm basically here.
I did not, and I have decided that this has nothing to do with speed for me. This has nothing to do with necessarily even saving the dollar for me.
Yeah.
Or saving the 1 or 2 minutes. It's saving my mental health, because I think that people who are trying their darndest to go as fast as they can to get home are the ones who are getting on your tail. They're aggravating you. I don't need that kind of aggravation, man. And I've decided, for my mental health, all those other things, great. You can save $1 or save a minute, fine. I'm saving my head space, man.
So, Alex, I am with you 100% on this. It's rare for us to be in this much agreement.
I know.
So, this
feels very Millard-esque. It feels very Millard-esque for me, because I normally would be like, man, I got to get home. I got stuff to do. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. I'm not interested in the fights that it can create. We saw the story of the guy who somebody drove by and they gave him the finger guns.
Finger guns, yeah.
This was an actual story that came out of the state of Utah. They gave him the finger guns, and he goes, what the heck? And then, follows them. You know what I mean? And then he decided they gave him finger guns. He felt threatened by it. You know what he did? He chased them down, and he picked some rocks up. And yes, what? You know what I mean?
I started doing this, actually, since we started this show, because coming downtown to KSL every day has introduced this new commute, right? I used to just drive down to Teton and back, and it was, less than a 10-mile round trip. And it was very, very easy. Now I come all the way downtown, and when I leave here at 3 to go back to Murray, traffic is very thick, right? You're just kind of starting into the rush hour, and it's thick enough that you got to pay very close attention, but also loose enough that you're tempted to move around and find speed, right? There's still gaps, there's still things, people are still moving very quickly. And Alex, it was so stressful. I
know.
And I'm like, I can't keep doing this. And that's when I decided, you know what? This is the lane that is going to let me off all the way down at 215. So I'm going to just be in this lane. And if it goes 70, or if it goes 70, 75, I go 70.
Yep.
If it goes 65, I go 65. And I'm telling you, it changed everything for me. I cannot do the back and forth because the switching between jobs is challenging. That's been the surprising thing. I love my work here that I do with you, and I love my work at Teton. The challenging part has been switching back and forth, and that commute has just made it so much worse. So I'm 100% with that. Just get in the lane that makes sense for you and just stay. And if it goes fast, go fast. If it goes slow, go slow. I've been listening to some books on tape. It's just amazing because I don't have to think about it. I don't have to watch for an opening. I don't have to watch for a gap. I don't have to check my blind spots,
we just got a text right here, and I recognize the number immediately. It's from Ash, who we of course have known Ash for almost as long as you and I have known each other.
Yeah.
Ash has been a texter to the show, and Ash is also a professional driver. So I saw this and it just said, yo, Alex. And I was like, okay, I'm going to click on this.
Ash has something to say.
Ash has got something to say about this. And Ash said this. We're watching Netflix the other night in a movie. There was a guy, the main character had a guy making fun of another guy's sweater vest. It made me think of you. That had nothing to do with driving.
The old Alex Curie sweater vest.
Yeah,
those were the days.
The sweater vest. I went through a phase, man. Someone else texted in, the adaptive cruise control is the greatest invention for my mental health in traffic. And I'm telling you,
I agree.
It takes a minute to where you to where you play the soft rock, the yacht rock in your head, and just let it do its thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be, and I'm convinced sometimes that the car doesn't know. He doesn't know. No, it's really slowing down. I don't know if he knows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when it does, and then it goes, I got it, man. I'll speed up for you too.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I know. And so I've converted.
The dangerous parts in traffic are when you're changing lanes or speeding up and slowing down.
Yes.
And so if you can eliminate as many of those movements as you can, it just decreases the risk, improves your mental health.
I agree. All of it.
It's so good.
All right, Millard, we've got a couple things we're still jumping into as well because we've got a news for the 1% coming up a little bit later. But I also have for you, we need to talk about what happened to the country because everybody was going through. I don't even like saying it, but parasitic diarrhea. Is that what am I saying this right?
Oh, that's where you wanted to go. Oh, all right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I wanted to bring
when
it up.
you said what's been happening in this country, I was like, oh, all right.
No, it's not. No. This one knows. No, this reaches across the aisles.
Yeah, this bipartisan.
Bipartisan parasites. They will get you every time.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it. And we'll talk about what has set off some of the tests that have gotten us to the point that we're at. We'll also go through what some of the people have gone through to be able to get to the spot where now the recalls just keep coming, and we keep talking about it, and we'll tell you, of course, how most of the people got affected by this. Before we do, though, I wanted to bring up my friends at Advanced Windows. Advanced Window Products have been helping people. AWP, man, this is a Utah company. Advanced Window Products have been saving people money, not just on their windows, but on their actual utility bills for decades now. 40 years. This is their 40th year. They're celebrating their 40th anniversary this year. This is a Utah company who has been lifetime warranties across the board for the best window in the business. And the way they do it is they cut out the middleman. They have the factory here. They warranty it here. The installers are here. These aren't third-party installers either. They make sure that you get these advanced windows. They have advanced not just in the technology, but also in the way that they're able to save you money. They are able to make sure that you get the best offer for the best window. And let me just continue that today. 10 windows or more, $2,500 off of those 10 windows or more. Right now, you just have to give them a call, 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100. Ask for that free energy audit. They'll do it for you. They'll show you where you're losing money, and then they'll help you save it as well. And they're going to do great business with you. They're going to do honest business with you. They're from here. They know what the Utah weather is like. 801-850-9100, Advanced Window Products.
Hi, I'm Maria Chaleos, and I'd like to tell you about my podcast, the KSL News Daily. Every weekday morning, we'll deliver one story explored in depth, plus the 3 things you need to know before your day begins.
But this is new. This is where we human beings are able to trick AI.
This is news with context from the journalists you trust.
Agencies were less than willing to speak with us about this.
Find and follow the KSL News Daily at kslpodcast.com or wherever you listen.
She trusted a shop with her late husband's dream.
They agreed to give me regular updates of how things were progressing.
6 years and more than $16,000 later,
they stopped returning my calls.
So how far can a mechanic kick a can down the road? Is that a reasonable time frame?
Not really. Not on a normal job.
What every Utah driver should know before leaving a car at the shop. Stalled car repair. Tonight on KSL 5 News at 10.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. Get a free oil filter and more during the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone, now through July 27th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 25% upfront bonus? And are they promising you up to 9% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They aren't. That's up to $25,000 upfront or up to $9,000 per year on $100,000, guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states has Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Any Hour Services can make sure your AC keeps you cool this summer. Whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just a second opinion about replacing it, call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Your lunch hour just got more interesting on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. It's KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Curie. We got a text from Steve. He says, adaptive cruise control. What is that?
Oh, man.
So adaptive cruise control is this new kind of cruise control that that keeps a consistent speed and then measures the distance to the car in front of you. Yes. So if the car in front of you slows down, your car automatically slows down as well. And it's great to use in traffic because in the past, the problem with cruise control is, the guy in front of you has it set for 70, you have it set for 70, but really you close the distance and you just keep getting closer and closer and closer.
Well, so here's the thing too.
This
is not in every car either.
No, but it's powerful enough that I've already decided that I will never own a car that does not have adaptive.
Right. So you have a Honda Accord, yes?
I have an Accord and a CR-V. They both have it.
And they both have it. Both my wife's car and my car, one which is electric and one which is not, both have it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get into my kids' cars that I'm like, what is this? What is this tomfoolery? You press the cruise control on it, and then I have to. It's not adaptive cruise control; it's active cruise control, which is me just babysitting it, and I hate pressing those buttons all the time.
Those old cruise controls.
Do you remember when we used to press the buttons all the time, constantly?
Those old cruise controls,
up and down,
would drive you into a wall. They didn't care. They didn't care about you.
No, for sure.
They didn't care about you.
No, you had to tap that brake and make sure that it turned the system off.
Did I ever tell you my wall story?
Oh, when you hit the rearview mirror off of your rental car in Hawaii?
No. So I'm driving back from Las Vegas, and I'm with a friend of mine, and we're in this one of those little Toyota trucks, right? 2-wheel drive trucks from like the 90s,
The pre-runners, yeah.
And so we pulled into a gas station in Mesquite because we left Las Vegas. We're super, super tired. We're like, I got to take a nap.
Yeah.
Pulled in behind a gas station.
Wait, Mesquite or Vegas?
In Mesquite.
Okay.
We'd come from Vegas, so we hadn't made it very far.
Dude, wait. Okay. Oh, you're sorry. Okay, I got you. I got you.
And so we pull in, and I just pull up behind a gas station in front of a wall. I leave the truck going because it's cold, right? And I fall asleep. And then at a certain point, I start kind of waking up a little bit. And I think, gosh, where am I? I got my eyes closed. And then I realize I'm asleep. And then I kind of hear the truck going. I can feel the vibration of the truck. And I think, oh, I'm in the truck.
Oh, my goodness. This is terrifying.
And then I think to myself, I've fallen asleep while driving.
This is terrifying. I already hate this.
And I remember pulling my eyes open, like my eyes weren't opening fast enough. And I remember the resistance in my eyelids as I pop them up and I grab the steering wheel and all I see in front of me is that
wall. Yeah.
And I start screaming, ah! And it wakes up my friend next to me and he wakes up, he sees the wall, he starts screaming. And we both scream for,
This sounds like
2 or 3 seconds.
This is a little bit of a Harold and Kumar visit Mesquite, Nevada kind of situation, yeah?
Yeah.
Settle down.
You know what, though? The rest of the drive was no problem. I could have driven for days. I was so amped up.
Well, you had to get those
that.
Pants changed on their way home.
Oh, my goodness.
You had to drive
All
home
right,
to get those pants.
we're not talking about this, though. We're not talking about this.
Speaking of changing pants, though. I'm glad we had this transition.
Well done. So everyone's been trying to figure out how this the cyclosporiasis is spreading. It is a little parasite that gives you the runs.
Yes.
And it's been just causing so much misery around the country. Thousands and thousands of people.
Grow up, all you people out there who heard the runs and thought he could have handled that better.
So last week, the FDA said, hey, we figured it out. It's this company called Taylor Farms. Yeah. And their lettuce is contaminated. And so if you eat this, so they started this whole process.
Yeah,
All right,
sure.
massive recalls, everything else. Now they came back today and they said, actually, our Taylor Farms thing was a false positive.
So
we did not detect.
Okay.
So they think that the culprit is still lettuce somewhere, but they said that their tests implicating Taylor Farms was a false positive.
But then why is Taco Bell the only place that they're recalling these from?
Well,
is that just a function of the Taylor Farms situation?
Is it possible that because it's Taco Bell and Taco Bell's like, look, we got to give ourselves every advantage here.
Everybody needs to just recalling
but this is something they did though, I think before the false positive, because they did pull lettuce from their supply chain.
So is the FDA going to have to owe Taco Bell and Taylor Farms an apology at this point?
I think that's the least they can do. Could I say something? I mean, I know this is not our purview, but you remember all the cuts, the Doge cuts last year?
Yeah. Do you think that
well, the FDA kind of got their butts kicked. The FDA got chopped to pieces, and they lost a lot of staff members, a lot of investigators, and a lot of their science staff. And I just wonder if this is, then them coming out and implicating Taylor Farms, then a couple of days later coming back and saying, "Oh no, we got the science wrong." That's suspicious to me, but that's neither here nor there. So Taco Bell's recall was basically a result of both the CDC and the FDA saying not to eat shredded lettuce from Mexico that was served at Taco Bell restaurants in Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, and West Virginia. So they just basically did a voluntary recall. Now, I don't think that Taco Bell is going to reverse course, because the FDA is still pretty sure that it's lettuce, that the culprit is lettuce. They're still pretty sure that that's the case.
Okay.
Which is great news if you're not into salads.
Right. It doesn't mean, and the false positive doesn't mean necessarily that it's not that.
We got
not that.
We got a text message saying the lunch place I went to today had no cabbage.
Interesting.
And I think that we're going to be seeing a lot of that.
I saw no cilantro at the place I was trying to go to the other day. Cilantro anywhere where I was trying to buy cilantro from.
All right, so this is what we need to know. Have you gone to a salad buffet? Have you gone to a restaurant lately that has a salad buffet? Like Sizzler, Chuckorama?
Yeah.
Who else
How
has
about just
salad
the
buffet?
grocery store that's just got produce out? That's
have grocery stores pulled their lettuce?
No, but this place that I was trying to get lettuce from or cilantro from, every version of fresh cilantro had been pulled. I didn't know why.
All right. Have you noticed this at buffets where you've gone to eat?
Why buffets?
Well, because
who's going to this many buffets?
Well, because this is where you get lettuce in your salad.
Hey, if you've been at Sizzler or Chuckorama the last 24 hours, give us a call, 575-00. Give us a text. All right. We'll come back.
I'm just curious.
I know. We'll come back. We've got more around the corner, and we've got a couple things still to jump into. We have a news for the 1%. Don't worry, everybody. Utah's most expensive condo that was on the market. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about whether or not it's still there or not and how much that thing costs. So stay right here with us. More to go right here after news, traffic, and weather. It's KSL Brightside.
Good afternoon. It's 2:30 at KSL News Radio. I'm Jeff Kaplan. Our top local story this hour. It was back to court today for the man accused of driving to a West Point veteran's home and gunning him down on his front porch. 24-year-old Axel Eduardo Chavez pleaded not guilty in the killing of 71-year-old James Randall Witten on May 30th. Chavez's lawyer is Sean Condy.
Mr. Chavez will waive reading of the information and to not guilty pleas and ask to set the case out for a pretrial conference.
Pretrial conference expected. He pleads not guilty. Chavez is expected back in court in September. A second suspect is in police custody in California. He's waiting to be extradited to Utah. The motive for the killing remains unclear. Our top national story this hour, as part of a leaked investigation, the Trump administration was trying to obtain telephone records for several New York Times reporters and their relatives. That's according to the paper and newly unsealed documents.
The subpoenas mark an escalation in the Department of Justice's investigation after the New York Times reported about security concerns related to the new Qatari-donated Air Force One. Lawyers for the New York Times called the timing of the subpoenas, quote, deeply troubling, and alleged the Department of Justice violated their own guidelines by waiting a week to notify the paper about the subpoenas. A federal judge is hearing arguments later this week about quashing the original subpoenas sent to the reporters to testify about the sources of their reporting. Peter Haralambous, ABC News.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 307 points today. The Nasdaq down a dozen at the close. And coming up on KSL, a downright hot day today. Things change tomorrow. The KSL weather forecast is next. KSL News Time, 2:32.
The sources where we get our news matters.
When you listen to Utah's Morning News, we want you to feel the stories are important to you and trustworthy. This is Amanda Dixon.
And I'm Andy Farnsworth. Join us weekday mornings on KSL News Radio.
The United States is facing a mental health crisis, but there is hope. At Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, they're transforming how mental health is treated and researched, bringing compassion, innovation, and access to those who need it most. Your donation helps fund life-saving care and cutting-edge research that leads to better treatment for everyone. It's already making a difference. Huntsman Mental Health Foundation has built Utah's first-ever mental health crisis care center, open 24/7 to anyone, regardless of ability to pay. They've also recently launched a youth crisis care program at Huntsman Mental Health Institute, giving kids and teens immediate support. And Huntsman Mental Health Foundation is expanding services like therapy, medication management, geriatric care, and treatment-resistant support. Join us. Be part of the change. Donate today at hmhf.org. That's hmhf.org.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors, free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil, free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone, now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Amanda, every business needs IT help. And sometimes you've got that guy who already works for your company who knows how to do this stuff. But sometimes you don't. Or the guy who knows the IT stuff, that's not his actual job.
Right. So Les Olson IT they can be your 24/7 help desk. They can support your existing help desk. They can do advanced cybersecurity protection. Maybe just come and take a look. Are you subject to phishing or ransomware or other things? What are the cyber threats you're facing?
And you've got to make sure that your data is secure. So both cloud and data backup solutions, they can help you with that. Plus, everybody's got to use a computer. That's where hardware comes in, infrastructure support. You don't have to know all this stuff because Les Olson IT knows it.
And most of the time, they can help you fix whatever's going wrong remotely, just off your computer. Plus, of course, they have copiers and printers. They always will at the very best price.
Les Olson IT is your trusted local IT partner. They've been in business for 70 years, and they've got 9 locations from Logan to Las Vegas.
Find out more at lesolson.com.
We have emergency traffic brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. Here's Cormac Bone.
It is still closed eastbound on I-215 southbound from Redwood Road all the way over to I-15 due to that crash. They are still working on cleaning that up and finishing up the cleanup of the road there. And it is trouble on southbound I-15 at the south interchange from 5300 south down almost to 7200 south as well. That's as drivers avoid this closure on I-215 and jump over to I-15 from the 4700 south in Taylorsville. Looking for a new ride? Doug Smith offers great savings on new and used vehicles. Big selection, great prices, and great people. Visit us in American Fork, Spanish Fork, Linden, or at heydoug.net. Cormac Bone in the KSL Traffic Center.
KSL weather, 101 expected this afternoon. Tomorrow, 97 degrees, maybe a thunderstorm. Wednesday, only 92. And maybe a storm. Right now, though, 99 degrees. I'm Jeff Kaplan from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at KSLNewsRadio.com. This is Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Millard.
Alex, that's a great way to get your kids off social media.
And Alex Curie.
Yeah, my real goal with the new social media stuff is to show up in my kids' feed.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. Just a couple of segments left before we pass this off to Jeff Kaplan and the afternoon news. And we just want to share our condolences with anyone who is anywhere in the vicinity of Redwood Road and the south
what do you have
end
going on?
belt route.
Some traffic?
Well, apparently the east or the eastbound belt route on the south side there, as you run from Redwood Road towards I-15, apparently that whole thing is closed, and everyone is having to get off on Redwood Road. And I'm not sure. I'm sure it's probably construction or something like that, but Redwood Road is a disaster. So is 215 right there. So if you are, this is what you ought to do. So if you're in that vicinity, I would just get on 53rd, and I would take 53rd over to I-15. Or if you need to go south, just start going south. I wouldn't even mess with any of that because I'm just looking, just Redwood Road in particular just looks miserable. It's that deep red, like the deep blood red.
That's a disgusting way to describe it, but yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
You mean the slowing.
Yeah, there's the green, and then it goes yellow, and then it kind of goes kind of a red, or dark, and then there's like a deep,
I don't know if is there an extra level of red?
Oh yeah, it's a deep fatal bleeding kind of level of red, and that's where they are right now. So I feel bad, man. Just clear that area.
I like it.
So in the meantime, though, let's talk about something a lot more fun.
Ethan, you know what I have?
Yeah,
I've got a news for the 1%. Let's do it.
If your net worth is less than $10 million, don't even bother listening to our news for the 1%.
Okay, what's expected to be the most expensive condo ever sold in Utah is going on the market.
How much?
It is going on the market for $37 million.
A condo?
It occupies portions of the 11th and 12th floor
at the Montage?
of the Four Seasons Resort and Private Residences
in Deer Valley.
$37 million for one condo. Now, it is a condo.
How many square feet is it, dude?
It is, hold on, I've got it right here. It's got 6 bedrooms, 7.5 bathrooms. It has a private elevator that services both of its floors. The top floor has vaulted ceilings. It's almost entirely occupied by the primary bedroom. It's en suite and a loft room. 3 private balconies add an additional 500 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
I bet, you know what? You know what's great about these stories? Those people are also susceptible to the parasitic diarrhea.
Yeah. Doesn't discriminate.
No, man.
Doesn't discriminate.
How much did you pay for this condo? Good thing you got 6 bathrooms up here.
You got lettuce up there, too? Make sure you don't eat the lettuce. This is how significant this is, all right? So this is going for $37 million. The previous record was sold just 2 years ago in 2024 at the St. Regis Hotel, and that was sold for $25 million. Now this is $37 million. That makes that $25 million condo I think that $25 million condo at the St. Regis Hotel, I think it's been converted to a homeless shelter because it's just obviously, for the poors now. If you have any money at all, you're paying $37 million now for one of these new condos.
So
it's a 7,000 square foot residence.
So here's what's crazy. So when we were on Maui, sorry, that sounded so ridiculous. I guess that this is
keep going.
This is the appropriate segment to do it.
Yeah, this is news for the 1%. So
when we were at Maui, I said it like I hate the way people said it too. When we were on Maui, en suite on Maui.
When I was driving my Beamer on Maui.
I noticed. So when you see, my son and I were playing golf, and there was a house for sale on one of the golf courses, and there was nothing like it didn't have a view of the ocean. It wasn't like anything crazy. And actually, I looked at it and I thought, that thing's got to get some work done to it. I wonder how much this is going to be. Because I was like, if it's for sale, and because it had a big for sale sign, like they wanted you to see it when you were walking down the golf course. And so I was like, oh, okay, let me see what this is. So I open up the old, real estate app, and I'm looking at it, and I said, just find the ones that are right here. And there were a bunch in that area right there.
Were you on Zillow?
I was on Zillow or some Redfin.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I look at both all the time. Again, not in the market at all, but I just always like looking. And I looked right there, and it was 2,100 square feet, and it was nothing special at all. Any guesses on the price? 2,100 square feet, no yard. It was just like right up. It was.
Was it? And this is on a golf course.
It's on a golf course.
How close to the beach?
1.5 miles. But again, no view.
I'm going to say $5 million.
You're really close. It was 12.5 million. And I looked at the pictures, and it looked like you and I would scroll right past it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Be like, no, needs some work.
Yeah.
$12.5 million.
Jeez.
But it led me down this hole of looking at other things that are right there. And the thing that shocked me was I knew it was going to be either at the Montage or at Four Seasons at Deer Valley.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens. You have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 750 square foot. That was honestly a thing. It was basically a hotel room.
Yeah.
You could buy a hotel room from the Four Seasons on Maui, and it was the same thing, but it was 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 750 square feet, and they were $6 million for 700 square feet. $6 million. But that wasn't the best part. It was the HOA fee. What do you think the HOA for the month
Oh,
was?
geez. For a month? $15,000.
It was, you're actually over it.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it was $8,800 a month.
HOA fees.
For the HOA fee. For
What
this
if-
house that you just bought.
What if I have my own mower?
There's nothing to mow. That's the thing. You're nothing to mow. You're at the hotel. All they're doing is going, these guys just spent $7.5 million for not 7,500 square feet, 750 square feet,
Oh,
one
geez,
bed,
that's
one
incredible.
bath. And you're at the Four Seasons, though. So that's the whole point.
The sales director for Summit Sotheby's told the Salt Lake Tribune, I was just reading from the Tribune here, said that the penthouse, this $37 million condo up in Deer Valley, would likely be a buyer's second, third, or even fifth home. So nearby, there's a development called Marcella Club. They have 142 single-family homes and townhouses that they've sold to the Marcella Club. Do you know how many of them are primary residences out of the 142?
Oh, it's got to be 0.
They said between 6 to 8 of them.
Yeah, I mean.
The rest of them are second, third, fourth, fifth.
Seventh.
Seventh.
I mean, it can't. It's not second. It's seventh.
Yeah.
If you're spending that kind of money, it's ridiculous. So how much was this condo again?
$37 million.
7,000 square feet.
7,000 square feet.
$37 million.
Yeah. 6 bedrooms, 7.5 bathrooms.
Yeah, but you're at the Four Seasons. You know, you probably get they probably does it. Okay, here's my question: do they still change your sheets and stuff?
Well, I don't know. It's your condo.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's not a hotel.
But I bet if you were to look at it, the HOA fee on that would be same thing, astronomical.
Probably, yes, several $1,000s.
I bet it's in the $10,000 to $20,000 a month.
If you have if you drop that amount of money on a condo, you're not changing your own sheets anyway.
Right.
Like it doesn't matter if the condo does it for you or if you hire someone else. You're not changing your own sheets.
Sure.
I certainly wouldn't. I mean, you know my hierarchy. If I really,
I guess that's a really dumb question. Does the hotel change the sheets for you? It's like, no, the 4 people that we employ constantly that travel with us on the road, they are the ones who change the sheets for us.
Look,
that's who's buying this.
You know my hierarchy. If I win the lottery, if I win the $1 billion, first thing to go are my cars. I'm never driving again. Second thing, I'm not cleaning again. All my house is going to be cleaned by someone else, with the exception of my daughter's room. She's still responsible for her own room.
You got to learn something.
Well, you know.
Yeah. No, I do know. All my kids, I'll never tell them.
Yeah.
If we won $1 billion, I would never tell. I would never tell my kids. I'd be the guy who wore the marshmallow DJ hat to the to the check signing thing for the state.
No, look, this is the smartest thing you can do. If you win the lottery, first thing you do is you call an attorney and you say, "Help me manage this."
Okay, we're gonna have our AI question of the day when we come back. I'm going to ask AI a very serious question about whether or not we should have fireworks at our neighborhood party. I don't know if we've heard from Fruit Heights City yet, but we're going to figure it out here. So stay right here with us. More to go. Stay right here on KSL Brightside.
Utah homeowners, listen up. If your roof is over 15 years old and you've had recent storm damage, now's the time to act. Hey, it's Josh with IWC Roofing, and we've built our reputation on quality, integrity, and taking care of homeowners the right way from start to finish. IWC Roofing, Utah's highest-rated roofing company, is now offering $2,500 off your new roof replacement, plus a free upgrade package to maximize your home's protection and value. But that's not all. We're giving away a free roof. Yep, you heard me. One homeowner will receive a brand new roof free. The winner to be announced August 1st. And here's where it gets even better. When you call and mention this radio ad, you'll receive double entries to win. Appointments are filling up fast, and this offer won't last. Call now for your free inspection and estimate. 801-232-5690. That's 801-232-5690. Save $2,500, get upgraded, and you could win a brand new roof. Call IWC Roofing today, 801-232-5690. Restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. See IWCRoofingUtah.com for details and rules.
Looking for your next big win? Head to KSL.com/win and enter this week's contests. You could win a pair of tickets to Thanksgiving Point's Imaginaria. See Zach Bryan live at Rice Eccles Stadium. Enjoy Guys and Dolls at the Sarah Shell. Cheer on Real Salt Lake or the Utah Royals and so much more. Whether you love live music, theater, or cheering on your favorite team, there's a prize with your name on it. It only takes a minute to enter, and you could be our next winner. Don't miss your chance. Visit KSL.com/win today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Most of us are one good deal away from finally replacing that worn-out rug, fixing up the backyard, or getting the bedroom we actually want. Good news, that deal's almost here. Wayfair's Black Friday and July sale. Get up to 80% off area rugs and up to 60% off outdoor and bedroom furniture. Shop Wayfair's huge selection of styles and find the piece to fit your style, budget, and space. Plus, free shipping. Black Friday in July ends July 27th. Shop today at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex, the show you didn't know you needed and still don't on KSL News Radio.
All right, everybody, welcome back. KSL Brightside right here with you. Alex Curie, Ethan Millard. Our producer Caitlin's been doing some legwork during the.
No, Ethan Millard. He had to step away.
Well, Ethan just took his daughter to the dentist like a good dad. That's fine.
But I want you to know I just got off the phone with Fruit Heights.
And?
So they are working on the map. But
I knew they were going to be working on it.
It's not going to be the same as July 4th.
Okay,
it's
so they are
going to be
their
their original map that they've already put out, but she's putting a post out. This is just the communications person I just talked to.
Okay.
So keep an eye on their Facebook page.
The original map.
The original.
I already know.
So
the original
map.
What
does that mean
I
for
know
you?
where I can set fireworks off in Fruit Heights, and that is right in front of my house.
So
technically.
So you might be in luck. I don't know.
My question is, I don't know if my neighbor offloaded the fireworks though. If he's just said we're not going to do it.
I doubt it.
Well,
are you still going to get some flack for doing this though, even if it's allowed to do it? I don't think the text line was on your side.
I just invited Jeff Kaplan to the party, and he said that fireworks make the puppies go nuts in the neighborhood.
We stay home, yeah.
Well, that's the thing is you could just join our whole cul-de-sac. They all have dogs too. They just hit them with dog Valium, and then they're all like,
"We saved the Valium for the people."
The dogs are just drooling over in the corner, and they're like, "They'll be fine." So I'm interested to see how that's going to work out. And I'm not necessarily, I get what you're saying, because the image problem that we might deal with is these people are still doing the fireworks show, and then you have to be like, yeah, but they readjusted the map. Except for I live in a place where people will generally go, oh, good for you guys having that firework show. I noticed that they lifted they made the restrictions a little bit less, and so and you guys are inside. If we are outside of the restricted area, then what's the problem? Then should I feel bad? The answer is no. I don't care about what other people think about whether or not it looks bad.
How close are you to like a field? Brush.
So here's the other
Dry
thing.
brush.
So here's the other thing. How close are you to brush? There are a couple of empty lots that Fruit Heights City that are owned by people that haven't built houses on them, and they get out of control. But Fruit Heights City threatens those people significantly around this time of year with a fine, because you have to mow those. You can't just like keep them. And so they are freshly mowed. They are trimmed. So I think that if we wanted to, we could be a go. But I don't know. Like, if I send the text out right now, are people going to go, we already said there's not going to be any fireworks?
People, I don't know. I didn't notice that people didn't do fireworks.
Here's what my move is. Because we already told everybody no fireworks. And then you show up and you're the hero when you go, turns out we can have fireworks. Here's Fruit Heights City Mayor so-and-so. And then she comes up and goes, I sign off on these fireworks. She becomes
Here's
Mayor
what
Quimby.
I think. I do actually feel like more cities are going to go in this direction, because we like obeyed the rules for the 4th.
Yeah, we were nice.
There weren't many incidents according to what we learned.
We were nice.
But it's just like that one person that will ruin it for everybody.
I know, but
that's I told you so's.
And so, the I told you so's.
Well, no, it's
happen.
like the person where we're like, I told you so.
I knew you couldn't
handle
it.
Yeah.
I knew you couldn't handle it because Murray set the city on fire.
Yes,
Yeah.
Because I don't want any fires.
I'm interested to see what Salt Lake County does, because Salt Lake County was a full blanket no-go. I'm interested to see what people are going to do in places like Salt Lake County where all the mayors got together. And he even said, all the mayors are going to get together, or we're going to ask all of our mayors to make sure that we have this conversation. And I'm wondering what the cities across, because their citizens are going to be like, hey, the governor just said we've been getting enough moisture right now in some of these places. Now, Salt Lake City is not necessarily one of them, but we've been getting moisture in enough places that we should feel okay about setting fireworks off. My thing is from an actual practicality standpoint, do you feel good setting off fireworks this weekend?
I don't think I cared. I don't know. I think I'd feel guilty. But it depends on where I'm at. Like,
which one is it? I don't know. I wouldn't care. I would just feel terribly guilty.
I don't care to do them. Okay. I guess. Like, I'm good, and I went to like a city show on the 4th, and I was fine with it.
I resigned myself also to, this is not really a fireworks season for us.
And that's just how I feel. I don't know. And that's why if you're in an area where you can properly do them and there's a lot of space, you're in maybe a cul-de-sac, like a circle that has, this is what I grew up with like a circle.
Yeah.
And we could do it right in the middle.
That's what we have.
You could maybe risk hitting a car. That sometimes happened. Yeah. But other than that.
So you didn't have the licensed pyrotechnician on site like we do.
But we're not crazy. We just did the little guys, It's just, it wasn't like,
See,
it wasn't the illegals.
Well, and like, because the cake fireworks, like the aerials, the intense aerial fireworks, I don't know when they came into like being the standard, but it's in my adult lifetime. It was definitely during like probably our first iteration of Nightside that Ethan and I were doing this, that we were like, I don't think that the cake fireworks were a revelation to the fireworks people, because we couldn't have the nice things. I say nice things. Wyoming's fireworks are terribly scary. Like trying to figure out the mortar stuff on your own, that's when they tip over and they fire off. When people do the mortars, and I think they're not as fun anyway, because setting off a single mortar here and there.
Wait, guys, isn't it just fun. You light the fuse, it goes boom?
And then it tips over.
I know. But listen, if you want it to be good, you've got to plan these things out.
I've never done that.
I think the mortar fireworks are not necessarily that, they don't deliver as well as people think that they might. And the Roman candles, you don't need to be shooting Roman candles at each other, kids. You don't need the bottle rockets.
No.
All right. So don't do those illegal ones. However, if your city readjusts it and says, I think we can do this,
I think just proceed with caution, be safe, and don't be dumb. That's really, it's like the one person who ruins it for everybody and sets the garage on fire. but that happens every year anyways. So I don't know. I'm trying to take a stance, but I'm actually almost like wanting to do like a little baby one, but I don't trust anyone. I don't trust the people.
I have a little thingamabob here, and hopefully Alex Brown maybe has the dealie already here. But of course, it's that time of the day for us to be able to ask our AI question of the day, and this one was going to be early in the program. And actually, I'm gonna ask AI this question. Then when we bring Ethan back around tomorrow, we're gonna do this. It's our AI question of the day. Let's jump right to it.
When Google just isn't enough, and thinking for yourself is just too hard, here's your AI question of the day.
All right, so Disney has just raised all the food prices across all of their menus, across all their parks. They took effect now, basically in the mid to late Julys, which is where we are. And Disneyland Park, Disney California Adventure, and also across Disney World, they're raising their prices about 10%. Some things are only going up 6, some are only going up 10, or going up 10. On average, about 8%. Your churro at Disneyland is going to see a price increase. It was $5.75. I'm actually shocked. And you know what's funny is that going from Maui to this, I'm like, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah. Which I haven't been to Disneyland in a while, but never been to Maui.
But I will tell you right now, it's not for the faint of heart.
It's cheaper than a latte.
Okay. Coffee, they say, is $5.50.
That seems cheap. I paid $7 at Beans and Brews the other day, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Get me out of here.
Okay. But is it because you're getting the...
It was just a latte with some
venti?
Syrups.
With
I don't
some
know.
syrups?
It was like a medium. I don't know. It's
medium? All right.
We're Beans and Brews, not Starbucks. But same difference.
Right. Okay. Bottled water, this one is offensive to me. It was $4.75.
Absolutely
It's going to go up to $5.25 now.
Do you want us to die?
I think
is
that
this?
they do. I think they have
That
no
should
care
be
for.
free.
I don't think they have any care for whether or not. Oh, you can still find.
Do they have filling stations?
Oh, a filling station is not what it is. It's a tepid. You have to it's almost like finding an Easter egg at the park is finding a water fountain now at Disney. I feel like popcorn goes up to $7. That's actually the biggest ripoff of all of them.
That's not okay.
Turkey leg, the smoked turkey leg, it's going to cost you $14.50 now.
I'm out.
Yeah, it was $13.75 before. Now it's $14.50.
Is it a high quality meat?
Oh, if you ask Ethan, it's the best thing that's ever been invented. That was like his big move was to be like, oh, the turkey leg. Family of 4. That will increase to about $20 or more on a full day of meals and snacks compared to what are these families buying, by the way?
I don't know, but I need to go fund me, apparently. Should go to Disney.
You will. Okay. We'll be back again tomorrow. KSL Brightside will continue then. Jeff Kaplan and his afternoon news standing by right now for news, traffic, and weather. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
KSL FM Midvale.